Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. I hope you're well. Welcome back to another Kop-Ish catch-up live. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like, people. Shout out to everyone yesterday for yesterday's video. We got over 1,000 likes. Much appreciated, guys. Let's try and keep that momentum going. Let's try and get 1,000 likes on this one. So please, whatever you're doing now, take 1 second to literally hit that like button, and then let's get on with the video. Matt Drift, how you doing, bro? Well, silly question. Outside of Liverpool, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, outside Liverpool, I'm alright, you know.
Bad. I don't know if you lot can see how red my left eye is, but I accidentally got some soap in my eyes. So if I keep rubbing my eye, then it's just because it's irritating me a bit. Other than that, I guess I'm alright.
I said Zubimendi come back dropping the soap. Pause, big pause.
I tell him, bro, Matt isn't Matt the worst, but Matt's actually the worst.
Nah, but you walked into that, bro. I can't lie. You walked into that. I can't lie. You did. You actually did still. But
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I only use shower gel, but fair do shout out the soap.
You know, if you think I'm a menace right now, Carl, hold on a minute. I thought you said you wasn't going to wear a Liverpool top because you were so angry.
Yeah, I know, but it's all I had in the conservatory at the moment. It was either that or I'm showing nipples, and I don't think anyone wants to see that.
You disappoint me, bro.
Alonso threw up on my top that I was going to wear for this, so I had to change quickly.
Fair play. I'm not wearing no Liverpool top until something gets done.
Say again?
Probably would have been better off wearing a top with sick on it.
No. It looked... It's white sick on a black t-shirt. It don't look good, bro. It don't look good. You guys know it don't look good.
No, for real.
I don't need that. I'm already.
I'm not wearing no Liverpool top.
I'm not going that far. I didn't know that's what you lot were doing.
No, I'm just in the zone where I don't see why we should be giving them anything to smile about that the fans still care. We're going to care anyway, but bro, Liverpool just aren't doing enough, man. They're not. It's that simple. And obviously we'll get into it in tonight's show, but after yesterday's debacle, bro, it's just...
Here's the thing though, Matt, yeah? I'm not saying that you're not allowed to think. I'm not saying you're not allowed to think the way you do. If that's how you think, then that's fair enough. But what I will say though, bro, is you see the new merch. I understand people not wanting to put money in their pocket in terms of buying new stuff while they're annoyed. But once it's something you've already purchased, not to mention the fact that we love Liverpool, we did before FSG and we will after FSG. I personally wouldn't ever let them annoying me stop me wanting to love my club. Do you get what I mean? And wearing the stuff I've already bought. So if it's something I've already bought, I'll wear it all day long. Like, it's still Liverpool and I still love my club. Buying new stuff, I totally get that part. But like, wear what you've already bought, man. You paid for it. It's yours. You have it now.
No, I hear that. It's not even like, I hear that. It's not like I'm never gonna wear it again. It's just right now, after yesterday, when I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? Nah, wear my Naruto t-shirt. I'm not wearing a Liverpool shirt. That's just right now.
I hear that, but it's like if Cal had a massive fallout with his wife tonight, he's not gonna take his ring off. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just
ask him what he would do.
Oh wow, you're raggo, brother.
No, but to be honest, all jokes aside, the moment I get back in the house, I take my ring off anyway. Like, I don't wear my ring around. I don't wear jewelry in it, so.
All right, so in your case, it would be you've had a blazing row. You make sure she knows it's still on the side, and you leave. You wouldn't do that.
No. I honestly, even if we have an argument, I'd never leave the house without my wedding ring. I wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of the same thing.
Unless I'm going training or something. Like, even at the gym, I'd take it. I think it's only jiu-jitsu. When I was doing jiu-jitsu or kickboxing, I wouldn't take it. Everything else I would.
Okay.
But yeah, as soon as I get back in the house, like, I just take it off and throw it on the side. Well, not throw it, but put it on the side.
I hear that. I don't like wearing rings either, so I get that.
Boys, let's get into it. What a way to start. So Liverpool were linked with Mamardashvili, the Georgian goalkeeper who had a fantastic Euros, with the view of purchasing and sending him on loan for a year or two. However, news has come out today. It looks as though we're not going to meet the valuation. The valuation, I think Valencia want is around 40 million euros. And Liverpool are not looking to budge. Now, I know automatically, given what's just happened with Zubimendi, it's like, okay, cheapskates and all that. And I get it. I fully get it. Again, for the sake of being a host, I've got to try and spin it and ask a different question. Are FSG, Edwards and Hughes, are they taking this approach now so that in the future we don't get mugged off? Because we've seen teams like Man United have pants pulled down, spending outrageous amounts of money. Chelsea, the list goes on. Frustration at the time it's coming out, but is it better to not overpay for a player now in the hope that in the future teams won't try and take the mick with us? Matt, I'll start with you.
I guess, yeah, common sense would say you try and get the best deal possible. Try not to overpay. Obviously, you've got to try and negotiate. Place for Valencia. You don't want to play it over the odds, especially with the situation that we have at the moment, and let everybody know that we've got a ton of money, which we probably don't anyway. But I do think the deal kind of makes sense, though, in terms of you're trying to get a goal because you're thinking Kelleher's going to go. And for all I know, I don't even know what's going on with Ali. I know there's been a few rumors that Ali might want to leave in a couple of years or something. I don't know, but
sorry. Can I just stop you, guys? I asked the question. I am not giving FSG an excuse. Like, I don't know how many people I need to say it to or who I need to say it to. I want FSG out.
Everybody's rattled.
Like, it is not. I'll be honest. It's got to a point where it's actually really peeing me off now. Like, I don't know if you've never watched Kopish before, because if you have watched Kopish before, you'd have heard me say it so many times. Since 2019, when I started this channel, or when I was brought into the channel by Matt and Drift, the very first video I did with Matt and Drift was, should FSG stay or go? And I said in that very first video, I think they should go. Stop.
We should release that.
Say again.
Re-release it.
If you want.
We should re-release
honestly, if I'm asking a question, stop saying I'm making excuses or like, I do not have any allegiance to FSG. I do not want FSG at the club. I've wanted them out since 2012. Like, if you have a situation you've got going on, then hold it by yourself. Don't categorize me with you, because I speak up way more than most people when it comes to FSG. We actually have a platform where we get clipped up and we can't hide when we say certain things. So don't categorize me in that. Sorry, man. Just need to get off my chest. I'm sick.
Yeah, no, it's calm, bro. It's calm. But no, going back to what I was saying.
The people that were also calling you out for calling out Cal when you're wearing merch yourself. I just want to say that was a little bit hypocritical. Should
I go and get my Kopish one then? All right, give me 1 second. I'll stay true to my word.
I'm just saying, you know, the people's right. I didn't think of it. That the people said that. I was like, you know what? That's actually a fair point. Cal's wearing a shirt, but a hat is still merch, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm getting genuinely annoyed with the whole Cal's always making FSG excuse. Like, I'm asking questions. If you guys can't understand the concept of hosting the show, then maybe this isn't for you. Like, I'm just gonna start being very brutally honest with people.
I think the fan base is just a bit rattled from yesterday, and it's kind of understandable. But I do think when it comes to the FSG stuff, people should already know on this channel, everybody here is FSG out. There is nobody that's FSG in. Nobody's FSG in. Like, we can't make, like, I don't know how to make it more clear. Nobody. So that's Cal, that's Drift, that's me. We are all FSG out. It is that simple. Nothing has changed. Do you get what I'm saying?
And as of right now, I'm going to say it on stream. Right, as of right now, I'm also Edwards and Hughes out right now as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm nearly there as well, by the way.
No, I'm there at the moment.
No, I'm giving them to the end of the window. If not, in fact, I won't even say what I'm going to say.
No, I'll give them to the end of the window. But I'm also them out as well. I've said this from the jump. I am consistent with
They
everyone.
got to the end of the window.
I'm consistent.
No, I'm not even gonna lie, lads. You lot was looking at me hella sideways when I was questioning Edwards. Like you lot was looking at me hella sideways.
But that's because you'd never questioned Klopp, though, Drift. That's why.
No, I just not one man should have all that power, fam. And Edwards
That's what
came
we
back
said about Klopp, brother, and you said he earned it.
It goes in roundabouts, though.
No, but
I'm
Klopp
not saying-
still had people that he had to like, have a conversation with. It seems like Hughes is just like the man. Like there's no one who can tell him anything.
I don't know about that. I just think he's making stupid decisions.
Other than Henry, JW himself, and maybe like one or two others, it seems like he pretty much can do what he wants.
I don't know about that. Maybe that's more Michael Edwards.
Let me ask you a question quick, and apologies because I know I'm cutting into Cal's question about Matt, but while we're on the subject, so we don't have to double back. Do you lot believe that if you own something, even if you put somebody in charge, if it's not going well, you should just leave it because you've hired that person, or do you think you should start like being like, hold on a minute, like fix up?
You should be saying fix up.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. If you're talking, but if we're gonna,
because I'm obviously talking about Jay Henry and
yeah,
the fact that
and
he sees Edwards who's not doing stuff. Like, there's got to be a point where it's like, I know I'll put you in charge, but what the fuck's going on here?
But can I? All right, I've got a question. All right, hear this though.
That was the last question. Wait, sorry, the last sentence you just said, Drift. Say it again.
If you care.
Okay, do you think they care, bro?
Bro, you
Sorry,
stole
man.
my bro. You literally stole my answer.
Sorry.
What I was gonna say is this though. Drift has a valid point. The only problem with it is that I genuinely think FSG do not care if we win the league. As long as we are financially sustainable, which means for them staying in and around that top four, because obviously you get more money being in the top four, being in Europe. They don't care, bro. So you really think JW Henry is going to call up Michael Edwards? What's that, sorry?
Any trophy. You said Prem, bro. I say they don't care if we win any trophy.
That's what I mean. No. What I mean is, bro, they don't care if we win. What they care about is Liverpool being sustainable, so they don't have to worry about anything. So don't get me wrong, they want to make sure that their asset is still high. So eventually, one day when they do sell up, hopefully, obviously they know they'll get a load of money for it. And that's if Liverpool are still in that top four. The moment Liverpool drop out the top four is when you might see them do a little bit more. But other than that, they don't give a damn, bro. Do you really think they care if we win the league? I'm gonna be real, they don't care. They don't care if we win a trophy. As long as we are profitable and sustainable for them, they're good. They're blessed. So unfortunately, Drift, if we had real owners that actually cared, the answer to your question would be, yeah, I reckon someone's getting a phone call and being like, you better fix up because this ain't happening at my club. But we don't have owners like that. That's the problem.
One thing I'll also say, to be fair as well, as much as as of right now, I'm like Richard, Hughes and Edwards out, as well as FSG out all the time. Let's not forget, this is the fifth window where we're trying to sign a DM, or the fifth window where we have going in needing a DM. This is their first. So the previous four where we needed a DM wasn't on them. Contract renewals that need to be done now, that's not really on them either, because that should have been done last year as well. So let's keep the energy the same as well. No, Drift. I'm not even going to do the back and forth. I know where you stand. I'm just saying my piece, bro.
No, but I totally understand where you're coming from, and I don't even think that what you're saying is wrong because it's factual. It is only their first mistake, even though we've had 4 or 5 previous. But if you spend a couple of dates with a new girlfriend and she keeps telling you the reason she left her ex is because he never fed the kids or cared about the children eating, on your first time coming round, you better bring some food. Because you kind of heard those stories, and now you're coming around and you still ain't feeding the kids, bro.
No, you're right, but that doesn't mean you're as bad as the last guy, though.
But it means you heard what happened, how annoying it was. He still didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, and she left the last guy, and she'd want to leave this current guy, right? So that's where I'm at now.
No, so I'm just saying that I don't think they're absolved from it being their first window when they know how bad it is. They should be doing it.
I'm not saying that, Drew. I'm just saying let's not act like they are the reason why we don't have a DM at the club and why Trent, Virgil, and Salah haven't got new contracts. They're not the only reasons. The previous regime are just as guilty, if not even more guilty. For that.
But they're the ones in charge right now, bro. They have to take the brunt of the abuse. That's just how it goes.
It shouldn't be like that. But,
I get what you mean, Drift. Like in terms of because that should be at the forefront of what they should be doing. In fact, I'd arguably say as soon as they started work, the priority should have been the contract renewals even before the transfers, because the contract renewals would have, in my opinion, would have been a bit easier. Because transfers,
I disagree. Because Virgil and Salah, especially, will be looking at this summer saying, "Who are you, man, signing before I commit?"
But the fact of the matter is, Virgil has gone on record a few times and said there's been no approach. That's worrying for me, bro. There's no approach. So I get what you mean. It's very different to Liverpool started negotiations and things are a little bit of not a standoff, but like slow down a bit because maybe the players are trying to see what's happened. There's been no progress whatsoever with any of these contracts, reportedly. And I can only say reportedly because I'm not an ITK. I don't have journalist number just like that where I can call them and do you know what I mean? But one thing I will say is from all the reports that have come out recently, from all the creditable journalists, they've all have said no news on Van Dijk, Salah, or Trent. Nothing. Just absolute nothing.
So I just want to know what, and again, apologies, Cal, because I know you actually asked the question, so sorry for the tangent.
No need to apologize.
I want to know what Hughes, especially, let's leave Edwards out of it just for a sec, because he is ahead of a lot of other stuff, so he's probably got a lot going on. But Hughes himself, guys, what is he doing this summer?
Oh, I can tell you.
If he's not doing contracts and he's not really, and obviously we haven't signed anyone other than Adrian. What's he doing?
He runs his comb under the hot water and then decides which way he's gonna do the comb over. That's what it seems like.
Man said he's thinking about the comb over.
Like, honestly, what's he doing?
I know, bro.
It's mad.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm just trying to, as I'm talking now, I'm just trying to see if there's any news that's broke or any positive news, and I just can't see nothing.
There isn't. Sorry, let me go back to the question then, boys.
Yeah, sorry. What was it? What was the question again? Because I kind of
do you think we should pay what the club's asking for, or should we stick to our guns regarding the goalkeeper situation?
I wouldn't say it's an emergency that we need him now. All right, I would say only pay it if Kelleher goes, because then you might need a goalkeeper, even though we got Yaros, to be fair. But I'm hearing this goalkeeper, I don't know much about him, but he's supposed to be a real big talent. If he I would say if we can try and do what Chelsea did with Courtois, where they loaned him out for 2 seasons or whatever.
He's
if
good,
we
man.
can do that. So maybe try and do that then. But I don't think we need to break the bank to get him. Because one thing I don't want to be hearing is Liverpool spent all that money and then it comes to other players and that we're struggling to raise funds. Like, we can't be doing that. Like, we need to prioritize. In my opinion, a goalkeeper is not a priority. Like, I'll even sit here and say, I know I haven't seen as much of Yaros as I would like, but Yaros does look good enough, in my opinion, so far in pre-season, that if Kelleher were to leave, we might be okay with him being second choice.
But again, it probably goes back to what Kyle said before I give my answer on it, that it kind of seems like we're obsessed with having to get rid of the player before we bring the player in, because we don't want teams to try and fleece us thinking, oh, well, we just saw how much money you just got. So now we know you've got that money. Like, using an example, say we've got 50 mil for Endo, a club will still you get 50 mil for Endo. So now we want 100 mil instead of 60 mil. You know that when teams try and do that. So maybe they know that they're going to sell Kelleher, and that's why they're trying to bring the keeper in before they sell Kelleher instead of the other way around. Maybe that could be what. So maybe we're going to lose Kelleher in the next 2 weeks. Who knows?
But here the joke, though. So, there was, and I was speaking about Kelleher, but I remember seeing another report that it was regarding Allison. I don't know if you lot have seen this. Apparently,
I mean, that's more of a worry than anything I've ever
no,
heard.
of course, because Allison's only 31. unless
No,
Allison's.
I think.
No, I think Ali's only
I
31.
don't think he is older, you know. I think that's
I think
how
Ali's
old
only 31.
and
I'm willing.
I think Allison's the best player in our team.
I swear Allison's 31.
Yeah, I agree with that. You're right, Matt. You're spot on. He's 31.
So imagine he's 30, unless he's given the club some type of indication that he wants to move to another country or something. He wants to just leave England. I don't know. Maybe that's what. Because I do find it kind of mad that as great as this goalkeeper is supposed to be, like a goalkeeper, I just didn't see as a priority. Even if Kelleher left, you got Yaros there, or maybe the goalkeeper will be like the last player you get in the window, so to speak. Because there's quite a few goalkeepers out there, even if they're not the best in the world, if that makes sense. Do you get what I'm saying? So I was quite shocked to see Allison's name linked with this whole. How do you pronounce his name again?
Mamardashvili.
Oh, flipping it.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Mamardashvili, that's a bad boy name.
Mamardashvili, yeah?
That's a bad boy name.
Mamardashvili. Georgian like goalkeeper, innit? Valencia, innit?
Yeah. Now, you know what? From what I saw of him at the Euros, Matt, he was exceptionally good.
Yeah, he's very
and again, I said to Cal that I'll take it with a pinch of salt because Mignolet looked exceptional when he was getting peppered every week and he was having to make so many saves. Remember, Georgia do get peppered a lot, but he did still, from what I've seen, he looked like a brilliant goalkeeper. He was pretty much goalkeeper of the tournament, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Drift, I'll come to you. Do you think we get a deal wrapped up for Mamardashvili?
If we sign Dashvili, then I think it means that we're losing one of our goalies. If we don't sign him, they're staying. So I think it'll be more predicated on whether Kelleher's staying or not.
For what I hear though, Drift, it's a case of we sign him and send him straight out on loan. It wouldn't be that he'd be coming into the squad at all. We'd actually send him out on loan straight away.
Oh, okay. Is that what the rumours are that we're saying? Well, back to the same team that we just got him from, or he'd go somewhere else.
Oh, you want to hear it? I'm gonna say a name. I want to put you full screen. Apparently, we're gonna loan him to Bournemouth. Yeah, he didn't disappoint.
Is that it? Is that the truth?
Yeah.
Friends, everybody's friends. What is this, man? These men are taking a piss out of the term friends with benefits.
Flipping that. Everything.
Last time I heard about friends with benefits, it was supposed to be a little Netflix and chill thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's this? Hella, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Bournemouth fusion.
Look, I asked everybody, innit? No, if I was your best friend, would you sell me all of your players? Like, what is going on? Seriously. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand how he's doing such a bad job in regards to, like, we haven't moved anything, we haven't done anything, there's been no changes. But we're all still supposed to believe that he's a good enough guy for the job and that it wasn't just a brethren thing. Everyone here, everyone in the chat, all of us have probably had a time in our life where we've seen a situation where someone is getting away with something because they're friends with the boss. It's just so irritating. It's so irritating when you're like, they're only getting away with that because they're friends with the boss. Like, that's really what this feels like. I'm not gonna lie. It badly is what it feels like. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Remains to be seen what happens there. Luis Diaz, next topic, Luis Diaz. Drift, I'll start with you on this one. Talk is that Luis Diaz is available for around 65 to 75 million. I don't think that's new news. However, someone did trigger the fan base today by coming out with a fake story saying that Man City had bid and had it accepted and all that. That's not true. However, the talk is, especially with Barcelona missing out on Nico Williams, that they're backing for Luis Diaz. Are you worried, Drift?
Extremely.
What's the reasons for the worry?
There's two parts. So the first part is I don't want him to leave. You lot already know that's my guy. I believe under Slot he will cook. And I still think he's done a brilliant job so far under all the circumstances he's been through. So I don't want him to go from that point of view. Secondly, if we sell him, I know which boy we're going to go and buy. And I don't want it to seem like an abuse thing, or I'm taking a piss, or I'm being rude, or whatever. So I'm going to stop saying his name. I'm going to stop talking about it. But if he's who we buy, especially now, don't allow we're going to buy anyone else. If he's the only signing we make, yeah, Lord have mercy on our souls.
Matt, I'll come to you. Luis Diaz's dad has been talking a lot in the media about his son's dreams, play for Barcelona, this, that, and the other. And Diaz has never come out and shut those rumors down. Plus, we also know he's on a very low contract as well. And you'd assume that his next 1 or 2 contracts will be the contracts that set him up for life. One, do you think he's a player that we need to be looking at and going, well, if you're not really committed, we've got to move you on now? And 2, how easy would he be to replace, in your opinion?
I think he's fully committed to Liverpool. I think it's one thing your dad doing the talking and you not saying nothing. And I guess people could say that he could shut it down, and maybe he hasn't for a reason, because I think maybe it's his dream to play for Barca. However, Luis Diaz doesn't strike me someone that's going to down tools because he's hoping one day to play for Barcelona. I genuinely feel like he will play his heart out until he leaves Liverpool one day. Do you know what I mean? I think he's shown pre-season he's got the appetite. I'd even say he's ahead of Cody Gakpo as well. I didn't see the second game, but a lot of people said Gakpo stunk out the joint in that game against Las Palmas. So Diaz right now is our first choice left winger, and rightly so. And I think in this system he will do way better, because I feel like in slot system, this is me not having to go Klopp. I feel like there's more structure in the way how we play. And I feel like there's more like individual instructions in terms of what you actually want the player to do. And I feel like this will suit Diaz's game per se, more so than maybe what Klopp had us doing in terms of like everything was a little bit 100 miles an hour. Don't get me wrong, it worked, but there were times when you felt like maybe a specified role might actually help the player focus. And that's what I feel the same about Gravenberch in a different way. But can he be replaced? Yes. However, I agree with Drift. I don't want the replacement to be Anthony Gordon. And it seems like Liverpool are actually obsessed with Anthony Gordon. If Liverpool want to replace Luis Diaz, Liverpool should be going above and beyond to go and get someone who they think is fundamentally clear of Diaz. So, like I know it's not going to be easy and it's going to cost a lot of money. 2 things that FSG seem to fail at, by the way. But if we were actually a serious club, if Diaz were to go, we should be saying to Real Madrid, boom, here's 90 mil, here's like, give us Rodrigo. You need a certain, or go to Bayern Munich and say, right, Musiala, you want to play in the Premier League? We'll go and get you. But you know Liverpool won't do that. You actually know they won't do that. Liverpool will go for that project player, which again, there's nothing wrong with sometimes getting a player that is a project, but at the same time, sometimes you have to get established stars, in my opinion, or players that are above that project. And in my opinion, Musiala and Rodrigo are not projects. They are literally, they're going to be world-class players. If they're not already, they will be world-class players. So yeah, I would rather Diaz stay than we get Anthony Gordon. It's not like I think Anthony Gordon is absolute like crap to the point where if we buy him, we're not going to attack down the left-hand side or something. It's just more about, I don't see an upgrade. I don't think he's as good as Diaz, technically. I think what he has got is extremely quick. But if you take away his pace, which is what his game is based around, I struggle to see what he has. People could talk about his finishing. That's all well and good. But in my opinion, his pace gets him into those positions for him to finish. So everything evolves around pace with Anthony Gordon. Like, I know people might not like this comparison, but you see how we used to say like Adama Traore was predicated around pace, like just pace. If we take away his pace, he hasn't really got that much. Now, I'm not saying Anthony Gordon's as bad as that. However, he's still in that same boat of, you take away his pace, there's not really a lot. Whereas for me, Luis Diaz, you take away his pace and you still got a very, very technical footballer, bro.
Matt, I'll tell you who he is. He is a BTEC Theo Walcott.
Yeah, because Walcott was a better finisher. Walcott was faster.
Walcott was a better finisher. Walcott was quicker.
Yeah.
And I think he was more of a big game. Walcott was more of a big game player. He's a B-Tech Theo Walcott. That's what he is.
Yeah, probably, to be fair.
Gordon does turn up in the big games, to be fair.
Actually, no, tell a lie. Gordon does, yeah. I was going to say,
Not
Gordon
as much as Walcott. I think
Gordon
Walcott
does turn up in the big
He's not had a
games
longer career.
so far.
Yeah, but obviously we can only go for what we've seen. But yeah, I think he's a B-Tech Theo Walcott.
I think he's got better footballing. I think he's got better footballing IQ than Walcott.
No, I don't. Even though Walcott was never good enough for Arsenal, I still think Walcott got a little bit underappreciated, considering he scored so many goals and he did have so many big games.
I don't think Walcott was crap. I think Gordon has good footballing IQ. I don't think Walcott's footballing IQ is as good as Gordon's. It was still good. I just don't think it was as good.
I don't even think Gordon's footballing IQ is even that good.
Yeah,
I just said it's good.
I just think it's basic. Personally,
I would love to see what Gordon is going to do with a low block.
Like this is the easiest.
Curious, and I don't want it to be at Liverpool where I've got to deal with it. But the curiosity of what he would do in a team in a low block.
Like the easiest way for me to kind of say is like, in a real technical team where you've really got to think about your next step, I think Anthony Gordon just struggles, you know, especially even against a low block. Like, all right, let me give an example. Cal, do you think Gordon is better than Grealish?
No.
And
I wouldn't take.
I'm surprised you had to think about
that long. Yeah, because I think
because if I'm going to be objective, you're thinking about current Grealish. Current Grealish ain't what Villa Grealish was.
But that's no. But you could say that's form. But Grealish still helped them win the Premier League. Not last year, but the year before.
No, but Grealish has been there 3 years now, and he's only had one good season out of 3.
I'd say he's had 18 months good spell.
No.
I would say Jack Grealish. Yeah, I would.
No, he hasn't, bro.
But
Grealish,
no.
Grealish at Villa was on a whole nother level.
No. But that's
you guys know how much I rated Grealish at Villa.
But that's Grealish, the Maverick. Now I'm saying to you, this is Grealish, the more system player, where like it's about he's playing for the system. He's not getting goals and assists because he don't need to. He's creating space for others. And what I'm trying to say is, I don't think Anthony Gordon could do what Grealish is doing right now. I don't think he can do it. I genuinely don't.
No, probably not.
I think Gordon will try hard, like endeavor. He'll try hard, but I don't think he'll be able to execute. I think Pep will get annoyed with him. Do you get what I mean?
So would you take Grealish? Let's say Grealish without the injuries. Would you take him at Liverpool?
Oh, well, over the
forget about Gordon. Would you take? Let's say Diaz is sold. Would you take Grealish if he hasn't got injury issues?
Not this. No. I wouldn't. Only because I want a different type of player, though. That's nothing to do with his quality. I want a different type of player.
Because if you said to me Villa Grealish, I'm like biting your hand.
Yeah. But I also feel like Villa Grealish is, I don't know, like, because to unlock that kind of Villa Grealish, the way he's kind of like been managed by Pep,
that in him anymore.
Yeah, I think it's been coached out of him, if I'm being honest.
No, I just think injuries and lack of care for his body, I think, have caught up to him.
But I think because he's a Maverick, he was a Maverick type player, remember, at Villa, where they used to give him the ball.
I would take Grealish at Liverpool and play him in the 10. I wouldn't play him on the wing.
That's fair.
I think he's a better 10 than Szoboszlai.
But I always think he's going to drift over to that left-hand side, so then you become...
He does naturally.
Imbalanced.
He does naturally do that.
You'd have to hope that you could slightly coach it out of him then, Cal. I know he's used to it, but maybe you'd have to like just try and coach it out of him. Grealish in a 10 would absolutely cook.
If he gets his confidence back and he's fully fit, then he could do something. So... I don't know. I wouldn't take Grealish now, though. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't take Grealish now. Rodrigo, yes. Vinicius, yeah. But these are players that, do you know what I mean? Like, I just know that Liverpool won't go and get. They wouldn't get them. So what's the point in selling Luis Diaz if you're going to go and get Anthony Gordon? And the thing is, Drift, I know I can almost guarantee you Anthony Gordon will be the left winger. Liverpool are obsessed with him, you know. Our recruitment team are obsessed with him. So,
what's Two-Face's girl's name? No, not Two-Face, Blueface. What's his girl's name again?
Oh my days. I've forgotten her name. Chat. What's her name?
It's a Blueface. It's a Blueface and whatever her name is thing, innit?
I know. Yeah,
like an obsession thing.
Yeah, obsession, bro. That's it. Chrissy Rock, innit?
Yeah, Krishan. Yeah, that's it. Krishan. Yeah. Edwards and Hughes are Krishan, and Gordon is Blueface.
I'll be real, bro. If we
Imran, don't give me joke.
Hold on, actually, before I even get on to, let me not even go to the next topic and let me read the supers. Hold on. Put my battery died on my mouse. We're definitely closer to Spurs, Villa than Arsenal City. Do you agree with that, Drift?
No. Again, remember, I said, as annoyed as I am, I'm still not going to take away the fact that we have a brilliant squad. Whether we need to improve or not doesn't mean we don't still have a brilliant squad. So, no, I think we're way ahead of Spurs.
I don't know if we're way ahead, but I say we're ahead right now. I think it's that we're just ahead. That's what
you wouldn't swap Liverpool squad for Spurs' squad. No chance.
No, I'm saying we're ahead, but I feel we're not way ahead, if that makes sense. I'm saying we're ahead.
Well, I think we're closer to Arsenal than Spurs are to us.
No, so do I, but I feel like the others are starting to close the gap a little bit. Like, you see, like compared to last season. So,
but we'll have to see if the new people they bought are good in it. So we'll see.
Indeed. Big up, Karen Knuckles. Did you see what I tagged you guys in on Twitter? No. What did you tag us in on Twitter? Was it something mad? I don't know what it was, bro. So big up.
It must have been funny. We'll check it out, bro.
No, we will. If I haven't, because I would have remembered something if it was something. Moment. Bid for Oscar Bob the way Chelsea bid for Palmer.
City won't let him come to us.
No, City are not stupid. They're not. They're never allowing that to happen. City won't sell to us. I can guarantee you that. Part Life Manager, our 31-year-old DM said we need a DM, but the club are effing don't think the club effing don't think so. And embarrassing the league is already hard, and we don't help our new manager. Facts. Endo did say that.
We did want a DM though. We just didn't plan very well. Or else we wouldn't offer Zubimendi. We do want a DM.
No, but how much did you want a DM if you're willing to give up on your first try though?
No, this is what I'm saying. We're just crap at doing it, obviously. We have been for the last 3 years.
Give up on the first try? What, Matt? You want to see man doing a Love Actually outside Zubimendi's window? Bro?
No. What I mean is the plan B, plan C. So, like what Kyle was saying, like we've been there,
innit? Plan B once. In the last 3 years, we've only gone to plan B once.
Yeah, like Kyle was saying yesterday, like you call your missus, and you're like, babe, the Chinese is closed, you know. What like, do you want something else? Like, what should we get? You don't just go. You're not even that. It wasn't even cool. You just walk back in the yard, open the door, and said, "Did you get anything?" No, I just came. What, you didn't even think about getting something else? What, you didn't even? No, just gonna go to bed.
A hungry wife, brother. No way.
You're mad. Way. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy to me. So gotta be a plan B, man. No flask drift from Brace DeVille.
No. Maggie today. Big up though, Brace.
Michael Payne, this is for you, Matt. Do you watch the NFL and which team is your favorite team? Mine is Philadelphia Eagles. And what's your thoughts on JJ McCarthy? Bro, sorry to disappoint you. I don't really watch NFL. If I had a team, it would have been about from 4 or 5 years ago when I used to follow it loosely, and I followed what's my man's name with Aaron Rodgers when he was playing for the Green Bay Packers. But yeah, I haven't really stayed in touch with NFL. But big up Michael Payne. I should probably try and get back into it though. Zotang says Klopp saw this off-season spending no money and left. Trent, Salah, VVD all left on a free. And as a Boston Red Sox fan, FSG turned us from a title team to bottom tier, spending no money. FSG will only want top 4 over profit. Yeah, they will.
Do you know how frightening that is from someone to be a Boston fan and actually tell us what they've done to another club? To like kind of like put that little bit of a fear in you that like, raw, it's real. They are really just about sustainability, not winning.
He's basically saying, if you don't know, now you know. That's what he's saying.
We've known this for a while.
No, but for the people that might still believe in the FSG, he's basically saying, if you don't know, now you know.
So guys, does that mean, that all jokes aside, FSG are pretty much the exact same as the Tottenham board? Because I know obviously Levy gets a lot of slack, but obviously he works for, I can't remember the name of the company he works for, but obviously like they own the club, right? And then they just put him in charge to run it the way they want it ran. So are we technically kind of just the same as Tottenham? Because Tottenham's outspent us in the last 5 years.
But everyone's outspent us.
No, but are we literally Spurs? Yeah, Enoch, big up Wiener for reminding. Are FSG and Enoch basically the same? Because they've spent more money at Tottenham.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between FSG and Enoch, guys?
There is no difference. I'll tell you what the real issue is. We used to be the same as Arsenal until Arsenal's owners decided to actually put money in their own pocket. Because there was a time when I think their owners never put money in there and they were ran like us. Until one day the owner was like, we got to do something.
Ozil, Lacazette, Aubameyang. Yeah,
they were always spending money even while they were
No, but I don't know whether that was money from the owner's pocket or whether... No, guys, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I don't know where that money came from, whether it is from the club or actually from the owners. Because the difference is now is Arsenal's owners actually spend. Remember, our owners have gone on record year after year and said, Liverpool are in a good place. We don't take money. The club sustains itself. And that's what we do.
It's always seemed like more money in than out. It might not be true, but it's just kind of always felt that way. As a Liverpool fan, I'm talking about.
FSG, man. FSG.
I just think that's crazy that we've even got to have a conversation, guys, where we might not have a better ownership than Tottenham. That's a really spooky conversation,
I know.
That's a
at some point it's all gonna come crumbling down, tumbling down, whatever the saying is. It's all gonna I can see it already. It's gonna.
You know what? This is the reason why Klopp was still my display picture, because I missed the guy, and the whole time he was here, I always knew. And I'm not taking shots at anyone when I say this. I'm just saying, like, generally speaking, because I used to get a lot of abuse for like making excuses or defending Klopp, is what people used to call it. But I just always knew that without him, I don't really know where we go, because I know what our ownership and our structure is like, and I know that guy squeezed lemonade out of lemons. Do you know what I mean? Like, he really just did the most. He did the most. I just don't know where we go now. I just don't, because one thing that this Zubimendi thing may have shown, I'm not going to go all out, because you lot know I'm a slot guy at the moment. So I'm not going to go all out and like act like he's the problem. But I just look at things like that and I think there were so many players that I think that Klopp just had that allure and the players wanted to come and play for him. And he took that with him now. So I'm like, what do we do? With all due respect to City, I know they've got a bigger wallet than us. But when Pep goes, the appeal to play for City will not be even half the same. So they'll have to go through this themselves. It's just they'll throw money at it, which is the difference. But like Liverpool had that Klopp factor, and I just don't know what we do without it. I really don't know what we do without it when it comes to attracting players and just getting, hopefully Slot can be that coal into diamonds guy, but like Klopp's a whole different breed of coal to diamonds. You go and look at his Dortmund career, and you go and look at his Liverpool career, and you look at the Kagawas and the Lewandowskis and the Manes and the Salahs, and with all due respect, they were bad boy players. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but there's no coincidence under Klopp's tutelage, these men all reached their peak. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, and I just look at it now and I just think, what do we do without Klopp with this ownership? I'm struggling, man. The positivity is trying to keep me alive, but I'm struggling with what we're gonna be like, man. I really am.
The only thing I disagree with you with what you just said and what you were just saying just then, Drift, is Man City won't have the appeal when Pep goes. Man City was signing bad boys before Pep came.
No, but that's why I caveated by saying, okay, but they've got the wallet, so maybe they'll still get the player because they'll spend the money. But without the money,
they will still get the player. Brother Guerrero went there, David Silva.
Oh yeah, but
Sterling.
He'll win there. No, you're right though. Money's a big part.
Whether it's the money or not, bro, they still have the allure, right? Man United, people go Man United because of the prestige of the club, but also they know they're going to get paid very well. They go Chelsea because they know they're going to get contracts that secure them for the rest of their lives. What's our pool?
I don't know.
Unless
what is our pitch?
Absolutely annihilates the league this year and proves that he's what we were all worried about. I'm sorry, what we were all hoping he was. And then next year onwards, everyone's like, "Oh, playing for Slot will be amazing. Yeah, I'll go to Liverpool." I don't know, bro.
Yeah, do you know what it is? When you say it like that, it's like sometimes I think to myself, like, what's our sales pitch like? So obviously, the greatest manager we've had in recent memory has now left here, and he was like arguably like the one where you read any article and it would always be the player wanted to play for Jurgen Klopp as much as Liverpool, right? Now he's gone. We still got a good coach, but the coach in terms of like worldwide, like his reputation hasn't gone that far because he hasn't done anything with a so-called big team. So until that happens, no one can really say nothing other than the fact of he plays good football. So then you think, obviously, we can talk about the history of the club, right? That's what everyone does anyway. But then it's not like we've got players. I think what it is, we've got players that are not disgruntled, but futures are uncertain. Like I genuinely feel like if Virgil, Salah, and Trent weren't in these situations, players wanting to join Liverpool, it just might be that little bit easier knowing that you've got that spine there, that core players where you go, well, if I'm going to be here for the next 4 or 5 years, at least I know them man are going to be there still, or 3-4 years, just giving you an example.
You're right.
I feel like that's, yeah.
But shall I tell you, to go on the other side, but if you're a player, why would you go to Liverpool when you can go and double your wages or get 1.5 of your wages at another club? I'm not being funny. I know not every player is driven by money. Maybe not every player should be driven by money. But at the same time, I'll ask you guys in the chat. Most people in the chat probably have a 9 to 5. If you get offered twice your salary to go to another place, you'll probably take it. Not because you hate where you are, but because you're looking at the financial benefits and the sustainability for your life, for your family, for whatever you spend your money on. Our best player, Mo Salah, had to wait until his 6th, 7th year at the club to get 350k. I'm seeing like players going to Man U, Chelsea, like Man City, getting that money from the jump, pretty much. What's the pool? Arsenal paying, if I'm not mistaken, Arsenal probably paying better wage than us. Virgil's on what, 200?
220 or something like that.
I think it's 200. Virgil's been the best centre back in the world since 2018. He's on 200k. But he's not even touching Sancho money. And you know I love Sancho, but Virgil and Sancho, where they stand in the game,
I hear that.
Night and day.
But that's Liverpool, yeah. To be fair, Van Dijk probably, I mean, I'm not having a guy in, but if I'm Virgil, I'm kicking up more of a fuss though.
Trent, all right, I'll switch it. Trent and Saka. Saka's Arsenal's star boy, right?
Yeah.
He ain't won them anything.
What's he on now, Saka?
Saka's on about 300, I think.
Good grief.
Or 250 or something like he's on at least 250.
I think even Lee said it's about 300. Well, here's the thing.
He's their star
Trent's on
boy.
180 right now, isn't it? Trent's on 180.
Our star boy, exactly. Our star boy's on 180, and he's been winning stuff since his 2nd season at the club, or 2nd season playing regular football.
But that'll be his new contract. If he gets it, he'll have to get.
I've been speaking about contract stuff for a while. Like we have to change our mindset on this whole certain players or people can't get a certain amount of money because the game's changed. football as a sport makes more money than ever before. And if you take footballers out of the game, you have no sport. So the people who should be getting paid the most are the footballers. Same thing with MMA. I scream about it all the time. UFC are making more money than they've ever made, but the fighters are still getting 50k bonus for kicking a man's head off. That should be at least 100 or 150k now. You have to move with the times. You cannot just sit here and think, oh, well, it's Liverpool, you know, we do things a certain way, so we're not going to put man over a certain... Nah, because other teams are going, what, they're not going to pay you more than 200k? I will pay you on free.
No, I remember when these were 199. Shout out Matt, he'll know. You got to pay £4 for one of these now, fam. 450 sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everything goes up in price, so how can we not expect salaries to go up in price? But look at that. Shout out to ZMac. Harry Maguire's on one. Harry Maguire's making 10k less a week than Virgil van Dijk.
Swear down.
Yeah, like.
No, Luke, no, all right. Let me ask you this, Cal, based on what you just said. And I'm not saying that this is Diaz in any way, shape, or form, because I don't believe it is. The guy gives his all.
Before you answer the question, yes, Diaz is being underpaid. If I was Diaz, I would kick up a Ross Clark stink, bro.
I wasn't even going to ask if he's underpaid, Cal, because that's obviously that speaks for itself. But would you try as hard and be as productive as people want him to be when you're only on 50 grand a week?
I would, only because I'd want to take pride in my work.
But could you blame a man who's seeing other people get 4 or 5 times the amount you're getting?
No, probably no, I couldn't.
You can't, but he did sign that deal, though. That's the thing. So even though I think it's wrong, by the way, because him being on not even 100 grand is that's a joke.
But Matt, do you want to know what? Yeah, I'm not making any excuses. By the way, I'm not saying this is Diaz, because I think Diaz tries hard every week. I don't ever think he down tools. But what's mad though, Matt, is if you're coming from Portugal as a Colombian, you probably don't really know much about anything Premier League other than you just see on TV as such a great league, right? How would you know that you're being underpaid?
His agent.
Really? Like, you know, like there's a possibility that he didn't actually know he was coming in underpaid.
That's the job of his agent to do the due diligence, though.
We could have lied to his agent. I don't know if he's got a big buy. Has he got a big buy agent?
No, but agents have agents' phone numbers. So they know
the network. But what if his agent did him dirty because his agent just wants the money?
Then sack the agent.
Yeah, but then that's for
no.
Diaz.
But what I'm saying is, he's in. He might have trusted the agent. That agent was like, yeah, man,
any footballer.
Then you sack him.
But any footballer,
you're still only on 50. Do you know what I mean? You can get rid of him, but you're still only on 50.
But any footballer that trusts their agent, rightly so, you still have to be like, not saying, what's the word? You sleep with one eye open, so to speak, but you do your due diligence as well. You wouldn't blindly, because I find it mad that you would blindly go to a club. So say I'm Luis Diaz, yeah. My agent's like, you got offer from Liverpool. I'm like, what's the offer? He talks about the offer, this and that. I'm also gonna do. I know I don't need to. That's the agent's job. But even just for my own sanity, I'm gonna look and to see, make a few phone calls. Do I know any other Colombians that's played there? Oh, look, James Rodriguez played there. He's lived in Merseyside. He maybe knows people that other people. Bro, it's just a quick thing of just making a few phone calls yourself and just being like, I need to make sure I'm not getting bumped, because I know these men know that I'm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big name, so. Yeah.
No, I hear that. Remember, I'm not saying that this is a fact. I'm just putting things into the universe, isn't it? Plus, remember,
is that true? And he's on 200 grand a week.
Yes,
it wouldn't surprise me.
He's on more than Gravenberch, Sob. In fact, he's on more than Trent.
He's on more than everybody at Liverpool, apart from Virgil and Salah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be honest with you. You see, Allison, we should be offering Allison a new contract right now, and he should be on
Facts. Thank you, Drew.
In fact, I think Allison deserves 400 grand a week.
I mean, attackers always get more, but I've got no problems with him earning his bread. You know
you know what Cal always says? I mean, sometimes I think he's doing it a little bit to get away with them. But say Mbappe isn't top 10 because he's including defenders and stuff. And it's sometimes we would dismiss it a bit. But factually, he's right. If you're in a different positioned and an attacker, it doesn't mean you can't be considered one of the best. So if we take that into consideration,
Hold on, don't just
Cal,
try to sweep that under the rug.
You're like where I'm going with this, Cal.
Well,
So if
bro,
we
got rushed for about 2 years, bro.
If we take that into consideration, yeah,
I'm listening,
and then we put everything else into a basket. Name me a better player in the Premier League than Alisson Becker.
Here's where the problem lies.
And I'm not saying you can't. I'm just waiting for the answer.
Salah's the only one. Salah and De Bruyne are only two in the conversation.
Right. When Salah got his...
I think Alisson's better than Salah.
No, I'm saying they're the only ones in the conversation.
When Salah got his new deal, how old was Salah?
31.
About 30 or 31.
Or 30 or 31. Okay.
Name me a goalkeeper in history that has made more than 250 grand a week.
David De Gea. Buffon.
At that age?
Yes.
Yeah, David De Gea.
Sorry, David De Gea is probably the only one. Buffon, no. I'm going to say no. So other than David De Gea, can you think of anybody
I think Buffon was on big money as soon as he went Juve, you know, man.
You saw more than 250?
I'm sure
maybe not at the beginning, but eventually, definitely cut over that. Casillas might have been another one as well.
But what I'm trying to say is it's very rare that a goalkeeper gets that, because it's not like there's a long list, a line of goalkeepers.
No, you're right. It's very rare that you have a goalkeeper as good as Allison as well.
No, that's very true. But then it all comes down to this is all well and nice, guys. This is what we would want in the perfect world. But I think you lot are forgetting who our owners are. Salah had to nearly leave for to get his contract. You think they're going to do that for Allison?
No, but this is the point me and Drifter making. Yeah, this is the point me and Drifter making. Oblak's on 400k apparently.
Now, Allison should be getting a new deal right.
I bet Ter Stegen's on more than 250.
No, what I'm saying is, in a perfect world, yes, that would be the case. But our wage structure is so strict, Cal. It's like you're almost forgetting what you said. Like, our wage structure is so strict. I don't see that happening ever, unfortunately.
And that's the issue.
A big issue. But what I'm saying is there's a handful of goalkeepers that are probably on, or in fact, 250 might have even been low, what I was saying for the barometer, but let's say 300, yeah? And it's probably only about four goalkeepers, maybe. Allison should definitely be one of them. 100% he should be. Allison should have been on them wages probably from 2 seasons ago, I would say. 2 seasons ago, because he's been the best in the world for a minute now. But the same thing goes alongside with Virgil as well. But the same thing should have been with Mo Salah. Salah should have been on that money from before.
Yeah. There's
a lot of players that deserved it.
The day Allison leaves this club.
Don't
worry, man. We're getting Marv. What's the brother's name again?
But this is why I say this is why I will give the club credit. If they're planning in advance with Allison leaving in the same way Chelsea did with Cech and Courtois, then it's a stroke of genius. But if you're gonna try and plan for it, execute the plan, innit? Chelsea executed the plan. We haven't even executed the plan.
How much do you trust the club for this plan's gonna work?
Right now, I don't trust them to do anything.
Because this is what I was gonna say.
Right now, I wouldn't trust them to get Morley's if I drove them to the shop, bro.
This is what I'm saying. Do you know what they'll probably do? They'll probably get the food, the last order as the shop's about to shut, and drop it on the ground, and that's it, done. Because I'll be real, I don't trust Liverpool right now with any deal. That's me being honest. I don't trust them. Why should I? What reason have they given me to trust them that they're going to get deals over the line? And about planning, wait a minute. Where's the planning for Salah? Where's the planning for Van Dijk? Where's the planning for Trent? Where's the planning for all these players? But apparently we're planning for Allison.
When we ask these questions on this channel, we get told you're being unrealistic because who's going to want to come in and sit down on the bench for Virgil and Trent and Salah?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it now?
Should have been a long time.
Hughes is definitely the kind of brother that on the way home from the takeout leaves the lid off the pizza so it gets cold. 100%. Come on with some cold ass pizza.
I just don't
100%.
trust the club. I'm being real. Like any story I see, I think that's all well and good, but you've made like 3 players of world-class ability are on the verge of leaving. In fact, let me rephrase it. What are we now? August, September, October, November, December. In 5 months' time, they will be allowed to speak to teams that's not in the Premier, if I'm not mistaken. In 5 months' time, bro.
4.5.
4.5.
What, mum?
They can speak to. So if they really want to, for example, Virgil can speak to Real Madrid. Trent can speak to Real Madrid. Salah can speak to Barcelona, Real Madrid. Them man, they could leave for free. For free.
You actually understand that Real Madrid could take all 3 of our dons for free?
Of course they could. They love a freebie, bro. This is what they do, bro.
No, but this wouldn't just be a freebie, Matt. This would be 3 of the best freebies you've ever seen in your life.
I'll be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? You know, if one club, no, if I say this, if Liverpool lost all 3 players for free, I actually think it will be like World War IV in terms of football.
It wouldn't.
No, it would be, bro. No, it would. I don't think you'd understand.
Matt, I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you exactly what will happen. I'm going to tell you exactly what will happen in a year's time if they all went for free. Trent's going to get called a Judas, and they'll say Virgil and Salah, they were getting old, so and they've served their time in the club, so we're moving on because we can get better younger players now. I'm telling you, there will not be a world war,
bro. No team no team in history should ever allow 3 players of that caliber to leave for free. I mean, we done it last year, but they weren't on the same caliber, were they? No, they weren't close to the same caliber. If Liverpool allowed this, and not only that, to our arch nemesis, imagine if they all went to one team. You're telling me you think that's all that's going to happen? We're just going to call them Judas and get over it.
Beyond Kop-Ish and maybe a few other YouTube channels, there would not be an uproar.
Nah, that's insane to me. I can't even lie.
I've seen so many players leave this club, and the narrative has always been spun. The narrative was spun on Klopp.
So let me be
a couple
real.
Months ago, the narrative was spun on Klopp.
Then. If you're saying that, yeah, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth here, but are you basically saying the fan base are weak?
I don't know how you want to answer that question.
Just asking.
Because I'm not in the best frame of mind to answer that question. So it's probably
I'm just asking. Do you all right? Let me rephrase it. All right, I'll rephrase it. Is the fan base strong enough to put up a fight if these players were to leave? Are they strong enough?
No.
But why do you think that is?
Because we've been conditioned, and because people are accepting of not winning. They're accepting of finishing second and saying we were in a quad chase, we were in a title challenge. I'm sick of all that crap. Do you know how close I am to swearing on this at the moment? Like, I'm sick of it. No, I'm not going to do it. No, I don't swear on it. I try not. Like,
Callum,
you might as well just get a magnum and just start swearing at the place.
No, I'm not. But I'm just being real. Like, how many times do we speak about the season where we had Gerrard and Torres and finished second to Man United? How often do we speak about the quad chasing season? How often do we speak about 13, 14, 18, 19? We all 22, 20. We always speak about these seasons.
Facts. No, facts.
We speak about these seasons more than the season we actually won the damn thing. How about that?
Do you know who you sound like right now? Not sound like, but do you know
remote. We love Disney films. We love Disney films.
Do you know who one of our callers always says this, and people sometimes laugh at him, but he actually speaks facts. Just that sometimes, obviously, make a little joke, or whatever. I want to big him up, actually. Bruno. You know, Bruno has been consistent from day one, saying we love being the bridesmaid. All of them thing there. Like, we're not. What did he say? I can't remember. He's got this saying where he says, like, we're not such and such, but like he always says, like, we should be striving for greatness, and that is so true. And I've been saying it for time. This mediocrity that FSG have allowed people to believe is okay. Like, even the signings, bro. Anthony Gordon is not the signing that man should be getting gassed about. What are we doing?
I'm not going to speak about. No, I'm not going to speak about signings because if I speak about signings, I'm going to really annoy a lot of the fan base.
No, I know.
But it's been happening for a few years now.
I know. But I'm just saying. Yeah, we could talk about that with a lot. Bro, I could do the same thing. I know what you mean. There's other players that we signed, but what I'm saying is like, what's happened to the standards of this football club? It's because we've allowed mediocrity to settle in, and everyone's just gone. Well, we're in the top 4, so we're all right. Imagine we've won 1 title in 1920, bro. That was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, you know. Don't get me wrong, we've won trophies since then. I hear it, we have. But come on, man, we should be striving for greatness like year in, year out, going for all the big trophies. But I feel like along the line, I hate to say it, this is the last thing I'm going to say that's even negative. FSG and the whole structure have allowed, FSG and the structure have allowed us fans to think that finishing 4th and I don't even want to say this line, but I'm going to say it and it's going to rat off some people, and gaining friends along the way, it ain't good enough.
Wrong. You're wrong, Matt.
No.
You're wrong, bro. No, you're wrong. Shall I tell you why you're wrong?
Go on.
Last time I checked, we've all got a mind of our own. We should be able to think for ourselves. FSG might put this, Matt, I can tell you till I'm blue in the face, Matt, I'm the fastest man in the world, you know. There's going to be a day where you go, Cal, on that track, let's get on this track, bro. Let me test your gangster, bro. You say you're the fastest man in the world. Let me see it with my own eyes. You're not gonna just take it as gospel, are you? Matt, if I turn around and said to you, you see John Jones here, me and him bucked up on road, I'll punch man up, you know. You'd be like, Cal, you dumb. Cal, you actually stupid. All right, let's go and try and John Jones. Let's see if you can punch man up. We'll arrange something. You're gonna call me out one day. Because you know why, Matt? Because you got a mind of your own. Every single person in this community calls me, you, and Drifty out when we say stuff they don't agree with. Why? Because they've got a mind of their own. All 3 of us have got different opinions. Why? Because we've got a mind of our own. So it's not FSG's fault. It's not Klopp's fault. It's not the club's fault. It's our fault. We've allowed it to happen to ourselves. It's us. We've allowed it to happen to ourselves.
But some people
can't blame another man for how we are programmed.
No, I agree. But some people are easily led more so than others, and that's where I respect the community for saying that we are some of the very few that will speak truthfully how we feel. No one can tell me what to think about Liverpool. No one can pay me to tell me to say this about the ownership and red. No one can't do that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right, bro, I can go through so many streams.
We are unchained on this channel, bro.
I'll be real with you.
Like that.
On most videos, I go through the comments, yeah?
Yeah.
And you see when Drift says stuff like, but why can't we have those players and that player at the same time? Drift gets battered in the comment section. When I turn around and say, but hold on, I don't care if we've got Salah. I want Elise as well, so they can rotate. Because if Salah falls out of form, then he can sit on the bench. We've got Elise. Battered in the comments. How many times have you said things like, I want that player or that player? I don't just want one, I want both.
Yeah.
Get battered for it. So what's changed? Because if I'm going to be honest, we've been pretty consistent here. We've been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
So what is it? Do you guys want to be successful or do you not want to be successful? Because I get called spoiled. I get told go and support another club. If I want Liverpool to win the league, I get told go and support Man City. How crazy is that?
That's
Imagine
insane,
someone says, I want to win the league. I want my club to win. I want this club to win the league. Shut up, bro. Go and support Man City. What? And then I get told this means more. It's the Liverpool way. You know who created the Liverpool way, right? We're all in agreement. Shankly created the Liverpool way, yeah? Go check out some of Shankly's quotes. See what he thinks about finishing second. See what he thinks about finishing second.
Or third or fourth. You don't win.
No, he never spoke about third or fourth.
No, but I'm just saying, I'm just adding on to it. Yeah,
that doesn't even cross his mind.
No, of course it doesn't. Because you should be in it to win. Exactly.
It's first or nothing.
You have. That's why.
Boy, you're being unrealistic, you know, Cal. You can't really expect this. You can't.
That's
really
why.
That.
As much as Drift will get a bit of what's the word I'd say? Not heckle, but like Drift will get a bit of I'm trying to think of the word, but basically when Drift says things like Pep Guardiola is the greatest, the next Y and Z, like the man is obsessed with winning. Obsessed with winning. He will stop at nothing. As much as we can talk about the charges and all them things there, just take away that. I'm speaking about the manager. What's going on, Jay? I'm talking about the manager and what he wants. That manager don't rest, you know. He don't rest, bro. He will not rest until he wins. There's a reason why he's won so many trophies. I get it. He was at the best teams, but you still got to be an amazing manager to pull some of those achievements off. I can't even lie. So other managers might have failed, you know.
Matt, we're seeing it right now. One of the topics, media spins already begun, you know. I can't block the path of Trey Neone, and Liverpool have got enough room for improvement from the last season. A team that finished third, we can get more out of these group of players. The spin's already started.
The PR spin is in full.
And do you know what fans will say?
The line.
You know what fans will say? You can't. You're right. You can't block Trey. You can't sign someone and block Trey. Everyone knows how high I am on Bashetic. What's the position I want filled in the summer? Defensive midfield.
Facts.
Everyone knows how much I rate Kwanzaa. I want a centre back though. Everyone knows Salah's my favourite outfield player. Don't think if Salah don't drop out of form, I don't want someone else to come into the team now.
You know what, Cal? The only thing I slightly disagree on what you said in regards to like the winning stuff, because I agree with most of it. You know, when you say like you prefer the destination and too many people are obsessed with the journey. The only thing I disagree with that in terms of that is I do also want to care about the journey. You want your destination to be a good destination, but I do care about the journey. The season is 9 months long. I don't want the only part that's enjoyable to be the last part. I do want to enjoy. Do you get what I mean? Football's an escapism. It's a love. It's something that kind of like you want to look forward to, so to speak. So I agree with you. The destination needs to be a good destination, but I do want to enjoy the journey.
Yeah, but if you're winning, why would you not enjoy the journey?
No, I'm talking about in terms of like just even if it's little things that just make you happy along the way. Like I don't want everything to be so regimented that like it never feels like there's any fun involved. Because football should be about
all right. So here's what I'm gonna say. You know when
winning's fun to me.
That's bro. You know when
what if we were winning horribly and we hated the way we played?
If we won at the end of the season,
but we're winning every trophy. But we're just playing. We're playing.
No, not every trophy. That's unrealistic. But I'm saying like in terms of like, say we won the FA Cup and we won the Carabao Cup 2 years in a row. So we did domestic cup double twice. So that would be considered good. But I know everyone wants a Premier League, but I'm trying not to think about the biggest trophies possible because then everyone's just going to obviously say, I don't care. But so say we did a domestic cup double 2 years in a row. So that's 4 trophies in 2 years, back to back.
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, cool, we won trophies. That's the aim of the game. We won trophies. But if it was like horrible football that none of us enjoyed, I don't think anybody would really be that bothered we won the trophies. They'd be like, I don't enjoy watching my team. This is boring.
Bro.
I hate
all right,
this
so
crap.
I have to stop you there, bro. I get what you mean, but me personally would be like, bro, I am so glad we still got those trophies. Yes, we're playing crap football, but you want to know what? We can always change the manager at some point. We can get rid of him, bro. Because remember, playing style is something that you can change, even if you have to get rid of the manager. But if you're winning, you can't change that. Like, so imagine that opportunity is now gone, or it's either there or it's not there. Like, I'll be real, bro. Like, if say Arne Slot doesn't win anything this season, yeah, Jurgen Klopp might not have played better football, so to speak, but Jurgen Klopp won a trophy last season. So you would say the season before was more successful. So it's a thing where, like, bro, I hear what you're saying about journey, but for me personally, like, if we're winning, I already know that I will most likely enjoy the journey unless there's some mad circumstances where, like you said, even if it's playing badly, I would still like be overjoyous that we've won, though. I would worry about that later because you can always fix that.
Do you know why?
You know what I'm trying to say?
Like I said, I hear the logic.
Just quickly, before I lose my point, just quickly. I fear more playing amazing football under Arne Slot and not winning. That would make me. So imagine we're playing so well, like, but in every big game we struggle to get over the line. I fear that more than what you're saying, because that means you're playing amazing football, but you're not winning nothing.
That was a large part of Klopp and Brendan Rodgers as well.
So I need it to like. So I'm not saying I need to be the other way around, but I would rather I'd rather win over anything. Because
but don't we have a first half
yeah.
example, guys, right now at Man United, where the whole fan base pretty much want Ten Hag out, but he won the trophy.
No. But us, Rance and whoever,
but they didn't enjoy any bit of it.
No, but Bob, you think Rance didn't enjoy that?
When they knocked us out, you don't think they enjoyed that?
You don't think they enjoyed that?
They got 2 moments in the season, beating Liverpool and then winning the final. But for a 9 month span, if you're a football fan, guys, that's not good enough.
No, but you do realize
you're talking about cup. We're talking about league here, league and Champions League. We're talking about here.
Well, I was just talking about specifically enjoying the journey in football, regardless of what you win at the end of it as a triumph. I still do want to enjoy the journey. I'm a football fan and I want to be entertained. Football is
of course we want to enjoy the
football. I don't want to be so like focused on winning that I hate the way my team plays. But at the end, I'm part of the celebration because it's my team. But I didn't enjoy
is the journey or the destination more important to you? That's the question.
Yeah, that's
obviously it's a combination, isn't it?
No, there's got to be one's got to outweigh the other, Drift. It has to.
Well, again, that pulls on the heartstrings because you're always going to want to win. So you're always going to pick the win. But I'm sorry, I don't think it is as simple as just
you know, 1920 we didn't play football as good as 1819, innit? 1819 we played far better football in 1819 than we did in 1920. More exciting.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But we walked the Premier League in 1920.
Yeah. And we were going mad. Remember, we were winning games.
But bro,
what was nerds like me?
What was the familiar scoreline?
No, the 18-19 season is the one I would want more than any. If you're talking about
the scoreline, that we used to win every game. 2-1. We didn't care, bro. Remember, we were winning games 2-1, and we didn't even care.
Yeah, but I would take 18-19 season back over 19-20 season personally.
So yeah, but that's only. But that's because we won a Champions League at the end.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then you still won a trophy, though.
So all right. So would you take 1920, or so would you take the quad chasing season over 1920?
No, but I think we probably were more entertaining in 1920 than we were.
Never. We're way more entertaining than the quad chasing season.
Quad chasing more entertaining.
No, but again, guys, here's the thing. Yeah. I don't think entertainment always needs to be predicated on sexy, beautiful football. It doesn't just have to be that, but entertainment. Do you get what I mean? Like the whole point of football is to be entertained. So I'm just saying, I care about the journey. I want the destination to be good, but I care about the journey.
Top level football is about winning, Drift.
I want to enjoy 9 months. I don't only want the fun to just be the last week. I want to enjoy the whole season,
bro. Let me ask you a question.
I'm sick of enjoying the journey, and then getting there and having flat tires.
Quick question. Would you skip 9 months of a season knowing you're going to win a trophy? You don't know what trophy it is?
No.
Or
no.
So, I think right here, Drift. I'm not even trying to call you out, but right here is, I think, why me and you disagree on so much of the Klopp stuff. Then.
Do you know how much I get buzzing 2-3 days before a game, the build up, thinking.
No, but hear what I'm saying. Imagine, just quickly.
All of that just to get the.
No, imagine, just quickly. Hear what I'm gonna say. All right, let me make it a bit easier. You could only watch half a season, half a season, but you're gonna win a trophy, or you watch the full season,
watch every game, but have no idea.
Every game, but you don't know what's gonna happen.
I'll watch every game and I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm not missing
25 games of the season. No chance.
But I don't think that's what Drifties get. So, Drift, let me ask you a question. Let's say, for example, next season,
I know what Drift means, but
let's say we won 50% of our games 1-0, and we maybe had 2 very entertaining games, and the rest were like 2-1s or 3-2s or 2-1s or 2-0s, but very, very cautious, and we're just getting over the line, and we win the league. Or we have an entertaining season where we play some of the best football we ever played, but we finish second by a point. Which one are you taking?
Well, I would take the league winning season because common sense says you want to win. But as I said before, I think both are important. And I don't think
destination's
no,
more
one or the other,
important.
one or the other. I don't think it's a one
I'm
or
not
the
saying
other.
it's one or the other, but one has to outweigh the other, Drift.
Yeah,
For
in
the answer you just
football,
given, destination's more
your
important.
destination is more important than your journey.
Well, like I said, using the Premier League is obviously always going to lean in that direction. So
But
that's
even
why
if I say
use
the same with
domestic
Champions
cups.
League, you'd pick the Champions League as well, bro.
But that's why I use the domestic cups as an example, because let me try and make it a little bit. Say we was in the Europa League because we crashed out the Champions League. Yeah?
All right, big up to Sunder, man.
Yeah, big up, Sander. Big up yourself, bro. Say we got knocked out the Champions League in the group stage. I know things are different now, but let's just use the old one for the example, yeah. So we went out the group stage of the Champions League, embarrassingly getting beat up bare in the league, but we just about make third and we get dropped into the Europa League. And we win the Europa League. That's a triumph, and it is technically a very big trophy, right? Winning Europa League is a big trophy. And then the following season, we do the exact same thing again. We have an absolutely terrible season. We get knocked out in the group stage, but we go on and we win the Europa League again. So we do back-to-back Europa Leagues, which no one can't say ain't great. That is great. If you do back-to-back Europa Leagues, technically, that's still a great achievement. But if along the way we finish 5th in the league one time, and then like the first one we finished 4th in the league, so that's like we just about make it into the Champions League, and then the next one when we win the Europa League, we finished like 5th this time. That's how inconsistent we were in the league. We've essentially won a big trophy back to back. We've retained it as well. It's an achievement that most don't get. But no one would actually tell me that they would prefer that, because they would have hated how we got there and getting beat up and the embarrassment and taking a hiding at Juventus or where, all that stuff. No one would enjoy that win apart from at the time you win it, like on the day when you're buzzing because you won it. We'd all hate that season. But that would be a successful season.
I'll only speak for myself here, Drift. With all due respect to the Europa, and I wanted to win it because we were in it last season, I'm here for the League and Champions League predominantly. Carabaos and FA Cups, I still want them along the way, but I want leagues and Champions Leagues. I'm a Liverpool supporter. Right? No. I want leagues and Champions Leagues, Drift. I want to be the best. I want to be the best. So,
but you would definitely still say winning Europa League is a successful season, though.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's a good trophy to win. I don't know about successful season, but I think
it would go down in like quote unquote as a successful season. You won a European trophy. It would go down as a good season.
I only want leagues and Champions Leagues, bro. I want leagues and Champions.
Like I said, I know we disagree on this one, but the journey matters to me. I want the wins, of course I do, but the journey matters. I'm not wasting 9 months of the year, every year of my life, sacrificing the enjoyment of it just to get the victory at the end. I want to enjoy football. I want to enjoy the love.
Of course, everyone wants to enjoy football, but you want to win, though.
Do you guys remember the Liverpool Spurs game? Champions League final 2019?
Yeah, that game was dead.
How did you feel when the final whistle went?
When
after Origi scored the half volley?
But
the video's there for everyone to see. Pause.
The journey was beautiful. It was only the one game.
No, but I'm talking about that game, no Drift. How did you feel?
That game was trash, and we played.
I felt great, but that journey was good though. It was a beautiful journey.
But Drift, you're missing my point. You're missing my point. That game to allow us to win that trophy was a terrible game.
But we didn't care. We didn't care because we won.
We don't even think about it.
No, but Cal, you're allowed a couple bad games. I'm not saying you can't have some bad games.
No, but it's one of the worst Champions League finals.
No, but I'm saying, Drift, we don't even think about when people say, remember when we won Champions League, we go, what when we beat Spurs in the final when Origi got the winner, yeah? That's all we don't speak about the game where Firmino couldn't find his first touch and Milner had to come off the bench to inject some life into the midfield, and Fabinho looked slacked, and Allison was man of the match in that game, and Virgil had to pull out the burners on Son.
That was a one-off game. That we enjoyed the journey. We loved the way we got there, what we did. Barcelona at home, buying away. The journey was brilliant, Cal. So that's kind of a bad.
I'm talking about that particular game, though, Drift. That was the game that secured us. So, say for example, we lost that game. We wouldn't have really cared about the journey too much.
No, but we would have still enjoyed the season. The disappointment would just be overwhelming.
Bro, we'd never really bring up beating Bayern and Barca as much as we bring it up now. Because if we did win that final, it would have been null and void almost.
Of course, not as much. But I still think that the journey is important. I still think the journey is important.
I'm not saying it's not. It's just for me, destination is 80% for me.
No, I go 60-40. I need to.
I haven't seen my team win enough Premier Leagues to be picky at this point.
No, that's fair.
I ain't got enough food in my fridge to be like, I'm not eating that today. I ain't got enough food in my fridge.
I need to enjoy the journey.
If I was sitting there on the same amount of Premier Leagues as Man United and all that, I'd be
know
like,
what?
Yeah.
This probably comes down to another thing that we've disagreed on in the past when I've said I want to win when all the big boys are around, because even though I want to win, I don't want to win and feel like the win isn't really justified. Because you remember when we was having those jokes and I was saying I don't want big boys getting relegated because I look forward to those games. And Cal was like, I don't care. I just want to win. Like, if them man, they go down, we'll laugh at them. And of course we would laugh at them. But if I said to you guys, this season we're going to win the league, but it's because all of the stuff that's been going on behind the scenes has happened. And all of a sudden, Arsenal and Man United have also been thrown in the mix. And all four teams, Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Man United, have all been relegated because of match fixing and madness, financial doping. And then we won the league. Come on, guys. Yeah, we could say we'd love winning the league, but we'd all feel shit. We'd be like, well, we only won the league because them man ain't around. The journey was boring. Like, them man ain't, yeah, we won, but the journey was boring. What was that all about? No more big games to look forward to. No more, we beat Spurs to the title. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Like, no one would really, you'd be happy in a moment, but like, that would feel shit.
Do you know what I'd say? Shouldn't have taken steroids before the fight, big man.
But that would be the banter though, Cal. But deep down, would you really feel good about winning the league because you only beat Spurs and Aston Villa?
Fight clean, bro. Fight clean.
Matt, do you agree? Would you feel? Would you be like, I don't really care, we won, or would you be like, well, we beat Spurs and Villa to win the title? How great does that feel?
Obviously, like in hindsight, I might go, well, the others weren't there, but I'm still gonna be like, no, but we won the league. I don't care. Here's the thing: that's not my fault. You weren't there. That's not our fault. You weren't there. Don't get me wrong. There'll be that little bit afterwards when people can say and speak about it. But bro, people do that now theoretically because they say when Liverpool won the league, it was during COVID, and I respond to them and say,
Matt, sorry to cut you. What do people say? Oh, but you only beat Spurs in the final.
Yeah.
You beat Spurs in the final.
And you got a COVID Spurs. That's what they say to us, bro.
No, but that's haters saying that.
Exactly. But you know why?
So would they not be hating?
Because we won
something. Because we won.
No, I wouldn't care what anyone else was thinking. I'd feel like a grown man who just beat a 12-year-old in a race. What do I feel good for?
If they're old enough to race, but they're old enough to get beat in the race.
Nah, what do I feel good for? Like, yeah, I won the race, but look who I beat.
How many times have you heard Liverpool won the title, but it was in COVID? Like it's got an asterisk.
No, but again, that's haters, mate. You know they're just chatting rubbish.
No, but the thing is, what they're saying is actual factual. It's just that I don't agree with what they're saying. So what they're saying is we did win the title during COVID. We did. But what I say to them is this: there was a world pandemic, which means it was even harder because everyone's lives were at risk, as well as playing football. There was more to take on.
We had the league one before COVID.
No, I know that, but people. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't care if people want to say that. If they want to say that, cool, innit? But we still won the league.
And that's why I said I know that I disagree with you lot on that, and that's fine. We can disagree on it. But me personally, I think there's no joy in winning when the victory's easy. So it's because I want to enjoy the journey. I want to remember when we beat Man City away. I want to remember when we beat Arsenal.
No, but
I wouldn't get no joy out of winning it.
Did you enjoy beating Spurs in the Champions League then?
No, but guys, but that was a one-off game. The journey was amazing. Do you remember the fun we had getting to the final? It wasn't just the final. It wasn't a one-off game, was it?
No, but that was the main part because it's the final.
We'd have fun on the journey to winning the league if there's no Man City and Chelsea trying to cheat.
Would we?
Yes, because we'd be smacking up teams. There's still an Arsenal there. There's still a Man United there.
No, I said
These
Arsenal
teams
and
are
Man United.
cheating.
No, I said Arsenal and Man United go as well, Cal. I said Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, City all got relegated for match doping, and the only competition in the league was Villa and Spurs. I ain't feeling good about that win.
It
I'll
shouldn't have
gloat,
been
but I
doping,
ain't
bro.
feeling good about that
It
win.
shouldn't have been
Hey,
doping.
Drift,
That's
someone
not
brought up a
awful.
good point. Hey, big up Imran. He goes, Drift, how many times have you said Champions League? I hope we get an easy team.
Yeah, but I'll still enjoy that journey.
Drift, you have said
But at some point,
we've done the draws. We've done the
Champions
draws.
League,
Yeah, me and you've done the draw, and you've gone, Matt, I hope we get such and such because you just want the easy draw. I remember when I'm the one that's gone. I want man knocking out Madrid along the way. Remember, bro?
But at some point, you have to play Madrid. You're not going to win the Champions League playing Porto.
But you're speaking about the journey.
No, but in the Champions League, you know at some point, especially in the semi-finals, you're going to play a hard team, and in the finals, usually a hard team as well. So you want to get as far as you can.
But
that's
it's
the
football,
point.
Though. And yeah, that's
there's no way you're going to win a Champions League in every game you play.
My whole point to this whole thing is, in football, there's no guarantees. That's why, in my opinion, we shouldn't be picky as Liverpool fans. It's not like we've won the Premier League or Champions League like every other year or something. Bro, we won it once in like how many years, bro? Like, I just feel like I'm not trying to say you can't enjoy the journey. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this, though. We need to be collecting trophies more than anything. Like, more than anything. Because you got to remember, we ain't got Jurgen Klopp anymore. So you get what I'm trying to say? Like, hopefully Arne Slot can just settle in, play good football, and try and win trophies. Bro, even if it turns out that we don't play the football that I was expecting us to play, but we still win, I couldn't give a damn. If you give me a Premier League
this is just predicated on when Cal said yesterday, I don't care about the journey, I only care about the destination. And in my head, I thought, no, I kind of disagree a bit because I do want to enjoy the journey. That's all this is predicated on. I understand trophies is still the main point.
Jamrock, 17-18, boys. Do you remember how entertained we were 17-18? Coutinho, Mane, Firmino, and Salah all in their peak. Then we lost Coutinho, and then Ox said, I'm going to step up now. Virgil joined. Do you remember how entertaining we were, guys? What did we win that season?
And of course, that's the reason why I said both are important, because you want to win. But yeah, we had a blast that season.
No, we had a blast during the journey, but then we look back on that season and said, what a waste.
No, I don't. Never. I really enjoyed that season. I'll never call that season a waste.
I can't enjoy it. I can't enjoy a season when in May I haven't got a trophy at the end of it. I can't.
And that's fine. But I will always look back on that season fondly. I loved that season. The kit we were wearing, everything about that season I enjoyed. So I was disappointed.
There were parts that I liked, but I wouldn't say loved though. For me,
I loved that.
Me personally, I didn't love it. I enjoyed like the way how we played, but I didn't love it because we didn't win anything. But I enjoyed the football that we played.
I could look back on that season and say we laid a great foundation for ourselves. But to say I love that, nah, didn't win anything.
Yeah, love, I think.
That's fine.
For me personally.
I love that season.
All right, let's have the supers, boys. Chase says we're definitely closer to Spurs Villa than
I read that one.
City. Oh, sorry.
So my bad. I should have said that.
That's all right, bro. ZZ says Klopp leaving has exposed these frauds. #0 Paul. Yeah, probably. We all knew about Klopp's pool, though, to be fair. Shawnee says, late to the stream, you lads still... They got Shawnee.
so wind up, you know. Trying to get the fight started again.
Michael Pay says, guys, you know what's funny? This club always tells us news about how much money they make, and we had the most people watching us globally, 471 million facts.
It's mad, isn't it?
We'll announce a new sponsorship.
The scariest part of that fact is if that's how much the world is watching us and the owners still don't care about winning, that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Because they don't care, bro.
It's a bonus.
That means there's the most eyes watching the failure and they don't care about it.
They don't care, fam.
It's a business to them. Lit Vibe says Klopp made us overrate Edwards' ability, not going to lie. I think that's harsh. I think everyone forgets that Klopp and Edwards, when they were both at their absolute best, were when they were working together.
Agreed.
You wouldn't have had Klopp succeed the way he did without Edwards, and you wouldn't have had Edwards succeed the way he did without Klopp. It is not one without the other. I don't understand why it's a Klopp v Edwards thing. I really don't. They work in tandem.
We have to accept, though, if Edwards' second stint at Liverpool isn't successful, then it is a bit of a mark against him in that way.
If that's the case, then Edwards, when he left, Klopp wasn't very successful with Liverpool either.
Well, we still won some trophies.
Yeah, but we wouldn't sit there and say it was successful after we won the league. We haven't been a successful team.
I mean, we were 30 minutes away from winning the Premier League.
But we didn't, Drift.
No, but almost getting there is still predicated on the fact that we were good, though. That's the point.
Let's all ask our misses if almost is good enough.
No, but we were still good, though, Cal. Because this is a comparison.
But we didn't get it, though, Drift.
But we were still good.
But we didn't get it, bro. Success is measured on whether you get there or not.
I hear what you're just saying, but bro, after almost to stay in
No, because remember, individual transfers and whatever is a bit slightly harsh to judge only against winning, because we're talking about a player's ability and what Klopp got out of that play when we're doing the Edwards and Klopp thing. Forget the winning. We can't just keep bringing winning into all the time. We have to talk about how successful the transfers were, because that's what this comparison is about. So when we are bringing in a player, then Edwards is there, that player doing well at the club, and then people will say, we used to always think Edwards was bringing in these bad boys, but maybe Klopp was the one just getting the best out of the players. That's what the point of the conversation is. Forget the winning. That's secondary to what the point is. He will buy Andy Robertson for cheap.
If we talk about transfers after Edwards left, then it's even more bleak, Drift.
No, not really.
Since Edwards has left, how many transfers have we brought in that have actually worked?
Probably half and half, I'd say.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't Konate the last signing Edwards made?
I think so. Yeah.
No, Edwards didn't make that one. I think Ward made that one.
No, Edwards made Konate. Edwards made Konate, and then it was Diaz Ward made Diaz.
Yeah.
So let's go from Diaz. Then after Diaz, who did we get that summer after Diaz?
What summer?
Oh, so it was Diaz. Then we got Nunez.
What's the
Carvalho,
year?
And Calvin Ramsey.
Mm.
Then we got Gakpo, and then last summer we got Endo, McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai. So we've made 9 signings since. Out of those 9, how many have really done it?
Probably about 4 of them.
1.
Well, we're all going to disagree on that one.
1 has been,
but then if we're going to do that,
without shadow of a doubt, only 1 has been where you go, yeah, he's the guy.
But if you're going to do that, then you also have to take into consideration that when Edwards was there, look how many times you had seasons where we didn't really buy anyone, which he would also be responsible for.
We've had that with Klopp as well, though.
No, I'm talking about the fact that when Edwards was there, we would go a summer and only sign Adrian. That still goes into the Edwards book of what he did while he was at the club.
Klopp didn't want anyone. Klopp came out and said he didn't want it.
We can't keep doing that, man. How do we know Klopp didn't want anyone? Bro?
Because he said he didn't want anyone.
So after we won the Champions League, Klopp said, I don't want anyone.
He said he's got enough. We've finished 1 point away. I don't need anything.
I don't remember that at all. I'd actually need the quotes to believe that.
When we won the Champions League, I don't remember
Klopp saying we don't.
If you're talking about, you're talking about from the.
So we're talking 18-19 summer. Klopp said, I don't need anyone. I do not remember that at all.
If you're talking about from the 21-22 season, so obviously you got Luis Diaz was the first one, yeah, and then the following season, because obviously we got Ibu, but that was Michael Edwards was the Ibu one.
Ibu was the last signing for Michael Edwards.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna go to the following year.
No, but I'm talking about at the end of the 18-19 season, Matt, when we only got Adrian. Or the year when we just won the league.
No, but Carl's talking about when because I thought this whole unless I lost misreading something, I thought this whole conversation was regarding when Edwards left, how we rating the transfers, or is that not what we're doing?
No. Basically, it's if Edwards has a poor second stint at Liverpool, I know he's not director of football, but if things don't go well while he's back at the club, then do we then have to start realizing that maybe Klopp has to take more credit because Edwards hasn't done well coming back? Because a lot of people say Edwards made Klopp. Edwards is the one doing all the important part.
But Edwards has only been back for how many months, though? We can't judge him in. I mean, we can.
No, I'm not saying judge him now. I'm saying in a few years' time, we'll be able to see how well we've done with him now back in charge.
No, but my argument's always been you can't big up Klopp without bigging up Edwards, and you can't big up Edwards without bigging up Klopp. The two worked as a tag team. They're the Dudley boys. No one really cared about Devon or Bubba Ray by themselves, but when they were together, they were dashing man through tables.
Of course, but we still have to factor in that if we're not really successful in the next few years, that maybe Klopp was actually a bit better than people realised, that taking the so-called lower tier player and then elevating them the way he did with Robertson, etc., etc.
But then you ask me, how have the transfers been since Edwards has left? I've named you the 10 transfers we've made, and maybe only one. One has definitely been.
But again, I still think if we're going to say, if we're going to put the down part on that, which is fair enough, then we've also got to put the down part on Edwards with things like the Kabak January window, going into the season with no centre back, the 18-19 season, loads of times, and we were still like, wow, what's going on? Why are we moving like this?
But I think I'm not even trying to. I'm not taking sides, by the way, because I understand both points. One thing I will say though, I guess the general consensus would be there's more hits than misses when it comes to Edwards and Klopp's tenure together, like what Cal's saying. So can't just say it's Mark Edwards. You can't. You have to say Mark Edwards and Klopp. When they were together, there were more hits than misses. Since Edwards has left and now it's been Klopp and Julian Ward and Klopp and Schmadtke, I'm looking at these signings now, and like the only one unanimously that we would say has unanimously, we're just like, yeah, is McAllister, Don't get me wrong, still rate Gravenberch highly. I still rate Soberslow,
That's going to catch on now. Well done,
That is, I still rate some of the other players, but I have to keep it apart. Like, there is the bit of a question mark over them, innit? Like, I'm looking at the season before.
I hear you. But we've still got to remember.
Gakpo, as you guys know, I rate Gakpo, but I can't sit here and say Gakpo has been a success. Darwin Núñez hasn't been a success. Carvalho was sold. Calvin Ramsey, I don't even know where he is right now. Like, I just hope he's blessed. Hope he's all right.
Again, like I said, we still have to factor in. We still have to factor in a lot of the bad things that happen when Edwards is there as well. If we're going to factor in the bad plot parts, and we have to factor in a lot of like, why did we do that? Why are we doing this? Why are we being cheap? Why are we doing all these things? Because Klopp was only in charge of transfers from 2021, 2022.
But he also had a
big director of football.
No, he had a big say as well, though, Drift. Let's not act like Klopp was just told, you're having that player, that's it, shut up. Like,
no, of course he had a say, but there was still a lot more emphasis on the director of football's work at that point.
No, bro, Klopp's not some little man, bro. It's not, with all due respect to Slot and Brendan Rodgers when I say this, but when Klopp came in and said, listen, I've won 2 leagues in Germany, I got to a Champions League final. Don't think I'm Brendan Rodgers. Don't you dare try and treat me like that.
I know.
So when decisions are made, it's not that their manager saying Klopp is this or no. Like, Klopp's part of that. That summer where we didn't sign a centre back, Klopp was part of the decision making for that. That wasn't just Edwards going, nah, it's Ibu or no one.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It very much.
Everything I say about Klopp, you're always going to say.
No, because everything that Klopp was saying in the press during that time seemed to me like frustration. Not, I'm happy with this. So I don't know. I don't think that's the truth. I don't think Klopp wanted to go into that summer with no defender, and then in January be happy with Kabak. But again, for real, there's no point going over it.
I'm just saying, since Edwards has left, the transfers ain't been up to par. But when him and Klopp were working together, it's the best I've seen the club run in my lifetime.
I think that we can say unanimously.
So I don't understand why there's this Edwards versus Klopp narrative in the Liverpool fan base. Like, it's almost like having the Mane versus Salah debate. Like, do we not realize when they were both playing at Liverpool at the same time how fantastic we were? So why is it Mane versus Salah? We had them both. Like, I don't get.
No,
Well,
It's not like
because
Messi versus Ronaldo
without both being there, isn't it?
Say that again.
Because we've had periods at the club without both being there. We had a 2-year spell when Edwards wasn't there and it was Klopp, and now we're going to see what it's like because Klopp's left and Edwards is back. So,
and just like we saw when we had Mane and no Salah, we didn't win anything. And since we've had Mane without Salah, we ain't looked as. So since we've had Salah without Mane, we ain't looked as good either. It's right there.
Oh, don't forget Bobby as well.
No, of course, but the debate was always who's
yeah.
Mo or Mane. I don't get why we have these within our fan base. I don't get why we're battling two things that we have.
Also, as well, I'm not trying to discredit Michael Edwards yet because he is like head of operations for FSG. But we say his name, I feel like a little bit too much. Shouldn't we put more emphasis on Richard Hughes?
Yeah,
but
right.
Edwards
He's actually disappointing that.
Edwards
But hear what I'm saying. Regardless of whether Edwards think he's good enough, Richard Hughes is still disappointed. That doesn't change. So Richard Hughes has to convince us. Remember, it's almost like we keep thinking, oh, Michael Edwards. We keep saying Michael Edwards, yeah? Michael Edwards is not the sporting director for Liverpool. He's sporting director for FSG.
No, but
he's
Matt,
head of operations, bro.
He's the one who should be
Richard
calling
Hughes.
out.
Yeah.
He's the one who should be calling out Hughes for the poor job he's doing as well. There's a lot of reasons why Edwards' name has to be attached to Hughes. But
I think I'm not saying you can't call his name, but I'm saying if that's the case, then we should also be if we're gonna say that about Michael Edwards, then we've also got to be pointing the finger at Billy Hogan and them man there, Mike Gordon, because they decided to bring back Michael. No, but you don't really but let's keep it about on this show. We don't really use the names Billy Hogan and Michael.
No, we just put them under the umbrella FSG, but maybe we should do individual names. But
what I'm saying is,
this is the whole reason why, bro. We're saying FSG have brought Edwards in, give him even more power. He's now appointed his brethren to do the role. And if it's not,
I understand that bit, but
everybody has to take some form of.
I'm with Drift on that. It's because it's his brethren, isn't it?
No, but what I'm saying is, you see how we're saying Michael Edwards is back, and we're saying how the signing's going to look, but it's not Michael Edwards' signing; it's Richard Hughes' signings.
But Richard Hughes is Michael Edwards signing.
It's Edwards' boy.
I understand that, but here's what I'm trying to say:
by association.
No. I'm not trying to say we can't have got Michael Edwards, but I feel like we should be putting Richard Hughes more at the forefront than Michael Edwards, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
You're right, Matt. But if Slot goes and let's say Slot signs Gordon,
just quickly, let's say we don't sign no one. I don't. Obviously, Michael Edwards is a part of it, but I think it should be more Richard Hughes than Michael Edwards, though.
No, I agree.
Because Richard Hughes is the sporting director.
No, you're
for
spot on, Matt. You're spot on. But if Arne Slot signed Anthony Gordon and Anthony Gordon's throwing up stinkers and Slot's playing him, Anthony Gordon's the one throwing up stinkers, but we're still going to look at Slot and go, big man, you brought him in. What are we doing there?
Exactly.
I just think Michael.
All right, Matt. Let me ask you a question.
In his hands because he hired Richard Hughes. But
Matt, let me ask you a question because I said this to Cal before, so I'm going to try and remember the analogy. If you have guests round your house and you give Tony Rose the tray of dinner to take to the guest, if she drops the tray, whose fault is it?
I don't know why I gave her the tray though, so it could be my fault.
Exactly.
You're Michael Edwards, big man.
By the same time,
you're Michael Edwards, big man.
By the same time, I've trusted her with the tray. So if I
Matt, whose fault is it she dropped the tray?
Let me finish. If I've trusted her and I think she can do it,
so it's her fault.
I never said it's her fault. Did I say that? Did that come from my mouth? What I'm saying is I trusted her to do it. There must be a reason why.
Matt knows it's his fault if she.
Genuinely, that's what. If I've trusted her, do you get what I'm saying? She must have done it before, innit? I get what you're saying though, because it's more on me. I hear that. It's more on me. But still, this is Michael Edwards and Richie Hughes. Bro.
It's a lot on you, Matt. Still,
yeah, I'm just saying, man.
To be fair though, with that analogy, like Michael Edwards and Hughes, they're both adults. It's if you're gonna make the analogy right, you'd probably be saying Matt gives me the tray to take into the front.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Because
no. All right. Let me make the layout
of the house.
Let me make it a little bit easier then.
Use it. Yeah, that's a good point. Use an adult.
Let's say
Yeah, go on.
No, but you want to know what? I just want to keep making jokes about this because I'm upset, because I'm not going to lie. Richard Hughes is a little boy in this thing right now.
Sorry, Jamie's got a good one here. If I commit a crime, is it my mum's fault?
She has a little bit of the responsibility because she raised.
She don't, man. She don't.
No, she does. She has a little bit of the responsibility.
No, it depends how. Also, it depends
depends
how
on
are you
your
when I
raised.
see these crazy people running around out there,
because
I
of the
think
age as
their
well.
parents. So.
Is mumsy, but then again, mumsy could be around all the time, but you still commit crime. Mumsy might not be around, and you could be the model citizen.
Yeah,
that's just life, though. Even
if you're
that
adult, you're meant to know better, innit?
Yeah, if you're an adult, you're in control of your own actions. If you're a child, you could arguably say, maybe the parenting wasn't right. But who's to say the parenting wasn't great? But you just wanted to be a madman or a mad girl.
Of course, and that's where individualism comes in. So obviously, it's different. But at the end of the day, parenting is still a big part of who you become. So if you become a crazy person, I still think there is a big part to play in the role of the parenting. So yeah, I think the parents do play a role if you do something stupid in your life. They do. Facts.
No, parenting are there for a reason. Obviously, I'm a parent. Obviously,
they shouldn't be punished, but they should take some of the blame. That's
the best way for me personally to explain it is you guide them the best you can for when that time comes, you pray that you've done enough for them to go and fulfill what they need to do. You can only guide them. You can't literally say when you're 20 years old, do you know what I mean? You can only guide them.
No, but
as
Matt,
parents, that's what we do. We guide. We give the best guidance that we can give.
You can still be doing the best job you think you can do, but still be a shit parent, though, bro. Just because you think you're doing a good job, it doesn't mean you are actually doing a good job.
But if someone's doing a bad job, you would like to think that it wouldn't go unnoticed and other people would spot that. Because there'll be...
Bro, have you seen how many delinquents there are running around, bro?
No, but it could be anything. Let's say, like, for example, big up Carl's second, Robbie, yeah? And obviously we went to Robbie's birthday a couple of weeks ago now, I think it was, yeah?
Yeah. And
was in the park, whatever. My kids went as well, yeah. Now imagine if I was a bad parent, let's just say for whatever reason, I don't know, Kyrie or Tones was playing football, yeah. And like for no reason, like I just got annoyed because they were playing and I just smacked her mad hard. Cal has the right to be like, bro, what kind of parenting is that? What, like, what, you're just gonna
fight, bro?
You get to the same, he'll be looking at me like, bro, like, what is that? Because then he'll be looking at me saying, I don't trust you. I can't trust you, my kids, because if that's how you are with your kids, how are you gonna be with my kids? So like, you would like to think if someone was raggo or like a bad parent, that would get flagged. And I'm just using that as an example. As like,
no, but you went so extreme with the thumping her in her face in public.
No, I didn't say in the face, but I just said thump in it. Like.
he did say in the face.
I didn't say you're just adding that. Who said thump in the face? Why's that like he's stone cold? What's that thing he does? The Luther's press or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Man ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, you would like to think though, if anybody was doing something bad or whatever, that would get flagged. Like all jokes aside, you hope that stuff.
Right. You know, we've got perfect examples of this at Man United with Woodward, for example, where he was the director of football and he was really bad at his job, but no one was checking him and he was just allowed to keep being bad at his job. Remember, like he was just allowed to keep being bad at his job. So even though he's got to take responsibility for being crap at his job, Man United fans started realizing we can't keep blaming Woodward here. The people above him aren't stopping him from being bad at his job. So even though Hughes has got to take responsibility, if he's crap at his job, Edwards put him there, and if Edwards keeps him there, Edwards is just as responsible for him being bad.
That I agree with you. No, but that's
the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, but what I'm also saying is, Woodward as well was getting way more.
That was years of abuse, bro.
Yeah, abuse from before they started talking about the people above him. Do you get
what I'm saying? Of course,
so
but what I'm saying is I'm using an extreme example to just give you an understanding of what I mean when I say Hughes.
What I think about Woodward was
Edwards needs to take responsibility
up the joint for years.
Can I really on a mad tangent here? How many transfer windows do you give Richard Hughes before you go, no, enough's enough?
I would say he's got till next summer.
What about yourself, Matt?
About the same, because a lot of stuff has to happen, bro. Like we got contracts to renegotiate, and we got to get players.
This time
So you're
next
saying
season,
this
we'll know
full,
whether it's good or not.
so this full, so obviously you're gonna get this full summer, full January, and next year full summer, yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna sound harsh, but you know, like for example, if we were to lose all three of those players that we spoke about, Virgil, Salah, and Trent on the free, that I know
in March.
I know it's harsh because, like you
March.
said, how he just walked in on the job,
March.
bro. They would have to go.
Yeah,
they would have to go.
March. Yeah,
we
March.
can't have that, bro.
Yeah,
we can't.
Yeah, I'd want him gone in March.
You know, there ones there. We can't. We're not even built like that where we could just be like, oh, well, we've lost top class players. We'll just go and buy a new set. We'll just go and buy the best players in the world. We would never even do that. Well,
yeah,
that would set us back. Do you know one thing I'm scared about? If I'm being honest,
it set us back about a decade.
Yeah, set us back. So yeah,
about a decade.
You're not going to find another Salah, Trent, and Virgil on the market for the next decade. You're right.
Yeah. Michael says the only people that can take FSG out is the NBA when they approve that Las Vegas expansion team. Them and LeBron are waiting, so my guess is 2030. That's a long time to wait.
6 years, bro. But I hear you, Michael.
It's a long time to wait. Big up, Michael. Ain't they trying to buy the Boston Celtics at the moment as well?
That's what I heard as well.
And they were trying to buy Bordeaux at the beginning of the window as well. So it's like,
and remember, they didn't want to buy Bordeaux because apparently the added costs that it would. Bro, these men just want to scrimp and scrap their way to a deal, you know.
Atanas Callum, remember when I said Drifty always had both feet on the ground and not getting prematurely gassed about Zubi? I said FSG will F it up. Big up, cheers. You did say that, Atanas. I don't even. I know it's a point of banner. I don't regret getting gassed up because I did think it was going to happen. I weren't just acting like that for the sake of it. So
did I, to be fair.
But at the same time, I don't think FSG messed up this deal. FSG and Richard Hughes and Edwards will only have messed up if we don't bring in someone else.
Yeah.
I have to make this really clear. Getting rejected by Zubimendi hurts, but it's not the end of the world if you get a replacement in.
Agreed.
It's the end of the world if you don't get a replacement in. Because it was always a long shot getting Zubimendi. Always. But we went out, we went big, we didn't succeed. But make sure you still come back home with food. So if we don't come back home with food, we're going to be hungry. Tanas goes on to say, we need fan base protests. These frauds need to spend. Again, it's about spending? I don't know what it is, man. But yeah, I mean, I don't even think the fan base will protest, but that's just me. Michael says, who do you guys think starting at striker against Ipswich? For my bets, I want Nunes over 2.5 shots on target. He always gets chances. With all due respect, Michael, I don't care about how many chances he gets. I care about how many chances he puts in the back of the net. So I'm going with Jota, especially after I saw his performance against
Jota starts
Sevilla. He like if and Nunes has barely played any football under slot as well.
Yeah,
it should be Jota. If it's Nunes who starts without Jota having an injury or some sort of an issue,
I'll be shocked.
I'll be pretty shocked and disappointed. Taji says, big up Kopish. Klopp dip for many reasons. FSG basically, or FSG middle finger. Ty says, you're right, Cal. After 18-19 window, I was done with FSG while everyone was living off the high of winning Champions League. They showed their intentions and not changed. Facts. Dims111 says, our transfer contract situation, we're entering one of the most crucial periods in our history, in my opinion. Rodgers' era, Hodgson era could resurface, no cap. Facts.
I agree.
Michael says, Matt, you missed
the Hodgson era.
Never say never, Drift. I hate to be that person to say that. Never say never.
Well, I understand that, but if Liverpool drop all the way down to 8th and are like terrible losing every week, that drop off would be so insane it wouldn't even be explainable.
Football views are very quick, Drift. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think our squad to finish 8th.
We saw Man United and Chelsea win leagues and next season fall out of the top 5. We've seen
but that was only because they hated the manager.
But we've seen Liverpool finish first and struggle to get back in the top 4. Football moves fast, bro.
And that again, that was a defensive crisis, though, isn't it?
No, I hear it, but bruv,
that's football, though, isn't it? Situations can just change at any given moment.
No,
any
guys,
given
I'm
moment.
just saying that we can't. I don't think we'll be as bad as Hodgson. I'm not saying we can't be bad, but do you not remember how bad it got under Hodgson?
Do you know?
Well, we
I don't never want to say never, bro.
We stopped it before it got too bad, though.
But I know what you mean, though. It was
well,
right.
Weren't we 13th when we sacked Hodgson?
It may have been lower.
It's not getting that bad, guys.
No,
you don't think we'll get down to like being 14th in the league?
I hope not, because if we do, then Kopish is only going to do 2 members, bro.
I don't think we'll ever get as bad as being like 14th. That's
Michael
mad.
says, Matt, you missed my super chat yesterday. Sanderberg still in the market, no jokes. He can be our Norwegian Rice.
Sanderberg is good, but bro, if they ever. Yeah.
Shay says it will be very easy to replace Diaz. Guy's trash. He's not trash, Shay. He's not trash.
Trash, you know.
Wow. Cam Scow says Cal Hughes and Ed's trying to be cheap. They had a yes from Zubi for 2 weeks, trying to negotiate release clause. The FAA 2 weeks gave him time to
around,
maybe. I mean, if it took only 2 weeks for him to change his mind, he weren't really on it in the first place. Like
the fact that he had doubts.
You know what? I agree and disagree with that statement from Cam Scow, because I agree with him that sometimes if you just get the job done while he's in a good mood, then it's cool. But I also think if a player can change his mind that quickly, he might have been a Di Maria at the club, which is why I said to you, Cal, that time, I have a little skeptical about someone who needs this much convincing, because I don't want a Di Maria where he just goes.
Not just that.
He don't want to be there.
Real Sociedad told him, you've got to go and pay the buyout clause as well.
But that's normal.
No, that's the rules of La Liga. That's the rules.
Yeah.
No, I think this
but it's how the player.
Basically,
no.
The club give the money.
Mo Chatra spoke about it. This one was slightly different.
All right. I'm gonna say
slightly different with this one, which is why he went back on it as well.
Big up Mo, because I
Mo
think
Chatra knows more. I'm speaking.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is but Mo's saying it from a business perspective. He's not going to necessarily know the ins and outs of Zubimendi's actual contract. No one knows, but from what the reports are led to be from Spain is that was a normal thing where obviously the club or Liverpool would give the money to, say, an intermediary that would, and then Zubimendi would obviously take the money, the intermediaries, whatever, working on behalf of the deal, would take the money to the Spanish offices to buy out his contract. That's how it works.
Yeah,
so
that was Spanish law that the player
that was
has
always
going
to happen. That was always going to happen. But I could be wrong, but that's what I know.
As far as I'm aware, it's actually only in Spain where this is the rule. But in Spain, the player has to activate the release clause, like what Matt's saying. Like the player is the one who has to do it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Only in Spain.
Guys, I got a little bit of news on Zubimendi. Nothing to like go crazy about, but this is from one of the Spanish journalists that were covering the deal. I think his name's Mike. I can't remember his full name, but he said Martin Zubimendi never stopped having doubts about his move to Liverpool. When the news reached the media in the Times and the social tension began, these doubts multiplied.
I was always worried about that. I don't want a player that you have to beg to come to the club.
I agree.
That's true. O'Neill says thoughts on buy/loan 6 stopgap versus waiting. Remember, do nothing another year of everyone getting older, i.e. Verge, Salah, etc. Big up, man, them. You'll never walk alone. Oh, that's a good question. I mean, we got a stopgap already at the club. Do we get another one?
The manager don't want another. But it's fundamental to the way how we play, you know.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be real. If you can't get the right 6, we
So what do we do with that?
Remember, I did say this a couple of weeks ago, boys. I said I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get a 6 because I don't know who's out there that fits what the club want from a 6. Not that there's not 6s out there. Will they fit what he wants?
He wants
But
a dictator,
the fact that he badly does want a 6 would worry me more from Edwards and Hughes, well, especially Hughes, obviously, point of view of why they're making sure he doesn't get that player when he has made it abundantly clear he wants a DM that's better than Endo.
No, he doesn't want a DM that's better than Endo. Again, I say this with all due respect. It's easy to get a DM that's better than Endo. He wants that.
More stylistically, he wants someone better than Endo.
No, he wants someone completely different to what Endo is.
Yes, style of player.
So
that's what I'm saying. Stylistically, he wants somebody better, different.
Yeah, he wants someone who's
to be of a level where they're a game changer as well. And I don't know how many of them guys are out there.
He's effectively saying Endo is a good DM in a different system, but he's not a good DM in my system. Because he's not actually saying he thinks Endo's crap. He's just like, he ain't gonna work for what I need him to do.
I'm gonna be real though, even if he played the exact same system as Klopp, we'd still need to upgrade on Endo.
But I would be way less bothered because I know Endo's good at what Klopp needed him to do. So I was way less worried at that point.
The thing is, Endo worked in a Klopp system, but he worked to a degree, but I don't think he really worked. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, when we say worked, when I say worked, we say Fabinho. Fabinho worked. Like, there's no one says form or anything. Fabinho worked, obviously, literally until he couldn't run anymore, right? Endo worked for a little bit, bro. He didn't really work, bro.
I think that's disingenuous. I think he had way more good games than he had bad games. Way more.
He had a 2-month spell where he was excellent. Drift. Apart from that, he was pretty average.
I mean, he didn't really play much before, and then.
Do you know what? I know this is gonna sound harsh, but I just mean it like respectfully, like in football. Like, we got what we paid for. If you actually deep it, we paid £60 million. We didn't pay 60. We didn't pay 100. Yeah. We paid 6. We got what we paid for. So
I think we probably got more than what we paid.
Make of that what you will, basically.
Ty, I blame Klopp for a lot of the transfer behavior, but I can see that he was good at covering for FSG as Adrian's agent is as getting work. We got time. Dynamic Edition says LFC are the girlfriend who don't know what they want to eat and take forever to figure out and then get something they didn't need. Yeah. Packs.
I was gonna say something a little bit like that when Cal was doing his if we go to the shop thing, because I know there's certain scenarios where coming home with something else still doesn't please.
Yeah, we've been there. We've been there.
The long road, and I can't be bothered to go down.
Yeah, I think we've been on the phone when that's happened, Drift. I think we've been on the phone when that's happened.
Yeah. And you just have that disgusted feeling of you ungrateful fucker.
Yes. You said it, not me, bro.
The long road. Let's not go down.
Yeah, very. KO Knuckles says it was LFC NRJJS's tweet on Endo and Grav 21. Oh, it was a Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
I saw it. I did see it. I just didn't know it's from you, bro. Now that you said that, yeah.
That was joke.
I saw that. That was Endo's teaching me how to do DM. I think it was. Yeah.
Mukama says everything around LFC is just depressing. Are you sure you don't want to talk about sweets, cakes, or food? Ban football. I'm tired.
Those combos are still going to be happening, bro.
Yeah.
I said, I'm tired, bro.
We still need to do those. Makama says, now we know why FSG like Edwards. He's a fraud. I think it's real. I think it's very early to call Edwards a fraud. I can't lie, man. I want him out at the moment, but it's very early to call him.
I was going to say, he's on fraud watch.
Oh yeah, he's on fraud watch. 100. He's on fraud watch.
Call him a fraud. I think it's
I don't think he's a fraud. Yeah, remember we missed out on one player. He's a fraud. He's the worst.
Matt, how good was Jordan when he came back after the baseball team? How good was he?
Obviously, he wasn't the same, bro. Man was that Washington Wizards, bro.
So maybe Edwards is Jordan.
You can't. Nah. Because you know what it is, though. Edwards is not Jordan, though. He was never Jordan. But I get the analogy, though. But
elite at his peak, went away, came back, ain't the same.
Yeah, but bro, Edwards is not. Here's the thing. It's almost like I wish Edwards was the sporting director, so we could just done with this Richard Hughes.
Yeah.
Just make things a lot easier, bro.
Kite says, have to disagree. Other teams are all moving to how we do wages, aka incentive based, but they still pay a higher base fee though. The base fee is still higher than ours, Kite. The Fire Blaster says, just wondering, what do you guys do for a living on the side of Kopish? Been watching for a while and feel like I know you. Great channel, thanks. I don't know if the guys want to divulge that information. I work in
obviously, with all due respect, bro, you don't want to get too personal. Let's just say freelance work. That makes it a little bit easier. Freelance work.
Yeah. About going into too much personal business.
But big up yourself, though, bro. Big up.
Caster says Team Kop-Ish, Jamie Phillips, and Don Hassan, the realist. Big up those channels as well. Obviously, Jamie's our brother. We know Jamie's on there all the time.
I saw Don's
poor Don, man. Shout out to Don. I was gonna try and do a show with him this week as well, but
big up Hassan, man. He's going for it, bro. I'm not gonna lie, his rant was mad, you know. But I hear what he said. The thing is, people might not like sometimes how he says it, but you have to really listen to what he says. Like, there's a lot of things.
I just saw a clip of him going off on Man United fans. I was like, raw, Hassan's lost it.
Yeah, he's going in.
He just had enough, bro. He had enough. He just had enough.
Yeah. Dims111 said, I decided to jump on Twitter after 2-3 years. Felt like I walked into Mad Max. Saw fans going out, journalists strangling each other. Pause. Wild. Yeah, Twitter's a rough place, man.
Twitter's not a real place. It's not a real place, bro.
Trying to really engage with
it's
people.
Like an alternate reality. I'm not joking when I say that.
Matana says, Drift, I care about the journey too, but if the opponent fights fair, if I'm a boxer and my opponent has tampered gloves, I'm gonna look for dirty KO destination. Yeah, facts.
No, I hear that, bro. I hear that. But just to caveat from a boxing point of view, you know, sometimes people will say, you know what, he was champion for X amount of time, but who did he beat? Look at the CV. I don't know. I can't really rate him. It's a bit similar, right? Like, some people don't get the respect that they think they deserve because people look at the resume and go, well, you won a lot, but I don't really remember you fighting anyone that makes me feel great about your victories.
That's because in boxing, you can cherry pick your way to the top. You can't do that with leagues and Champions Leagues.
No, but winning's winning. So I'm just talking about predicated on the belief that that guy just wants to retain the belt, wants to win, wants to get his wins up and whatever. So cherry picking or not, he's still winning, right? But people will be like, I don't know how much credit I give you.
No, because we can't determine who we face. Boxers can.
Yeah. Boxers you can.
No, but I guess this is predicated on the argument we have when I said if those men got relegated and then the hardest team in the league was Spurs, how good would you feel winning?
Yeah, but we have no control over that. Boxers have control ultimately over who they fight and who they don't. We have no control over who we play.
Wilder with about 40 KOs against bombs is so true. Wilder fought. Listen.
No, but it's still he
Wilder's
still was
reign
champion,
was.
right? He was still champion.
No, he's still champion. But what we don't say, and I agree, his route to win it and who he fought was other than Tyson Fury.
No, I know Ortiz.
But Ortiz like 78 now, blood.
I think that's quite discrediting. Their first fight, especially.
For Wilder, bro. Ortiz is, bro. Come on, bro. Ortiz is not fighting.
I'm not saying anything. This is the touch. This is worse than speaking about Darwin still.
Yeah, let's not go.
Makama says we won one league title because City was cheating. Yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
Cam Scout says, Drift, when we go to war with Man United fans, you Drift gonna pull your trophies out, not the journey.
So does that mean Man United had a better season than us last year?
I mean, I came out pretty early and I said we can't banter Man United fans.
But did they have a better season than us? Cam Scout do you think Man United had a better season than Liverpool last year?
It's a techie one. I would say
technically,
no.
our seasons were the same. Technically, our seasons were the same.
Only because
our seasons aren't even remotely the same, bro.
They are. They won one domestic trophy. We won a domestic trophy.
Man United was so bad last year; it was laughable. There's no way.
And they beat us on the way to winning one of those domestic trophies, and we didn't beat them once in the league.
I don't really think we won another half an hour argument about this. So we'll just.
I've just named facts, though. I just named facts. With all due respect, if the rest of the stuff is opinions, I'm not saying you're right and I'm right. I'm right either, but the facts are, we won one trophy. They won one trophy. They knocked us out of a trophy to win said trophy, and we didn't beat them all season. We can't banter Man United fans.
No, it's not about banter, bro. It's about who had the better season.
Honestly, I don't.
If people think Man United had a better season, and that's the case, I might stop watching football.
I don't know who had a better season out of the two, if I'm going to be honest.
I think it's not even questionable, but yeah.
Copin Indocan says, drift respectfully, we will play good football and it will be a good journey. Why do we care about the signings then? The signings will help us to
allow you to be even more entertained.
I think you said the signings will help us win trophies, not entertain, you know.
No, they do help you. No, but he was basically saying about the entertainment of it. So why do you want to sign him? Because it'll be more entertaining with better players you like more, etc., etc. Like I said, I understand wanting to win, guys. Don't take what I'm saying as I don't want to win. I'm just trying to let people know that I also do care about the journey. A lot of people call me sentimental for this. You know what I mean? I get called all the time on this channel, but I also like having an emotional investment in certain players who I really enjoy playing and liking that they play for my club. That's just football. That's how I've always been and I always will be. I'm not, you know, that whole fuck him and all that stuff. It's just like, all right, if that's how you feel, cool. But how I feel is I like having players I really like at the football club. I can't imagine anything better than as a player you love, and then all of a sudden you find that he's signing for Liverpool. I've been through it with Sadio, for example. We was in Hyde Park, and Matt just kept asking me, Drift, why are you so happy, bro? And what did I say, Matt? I said, bro, Sadio Mane plays for Liverpool, bro. Do you know how excited I am? Do you get what I'm saying, bro? Because that, for me, that is also part of the love and the joy of why I watch football. So of course I want to win, but the other stuff is important to me. I want to enjoy the other parts. This is why football is what it is for me. I want to enjoy everything about football. You know what I'm saying? So.
Shawnee says, is Ward Spike Dudley just taking a chair shot? Shawnee's on one. Shout out to one and only MKH for becoming a member. Big up yourself.
Big up, big up.
The Red Guy 8 says, is anyone excited for this season anymore? I'm not. 50,
I'm still
50.
excited. But
I'm still looking forward to it, but excited I'm not excited.
Ty says, if you can't take blame for how your children turn out, you can't take credit either. You take both or neither.
Wow, some gems there from Ty.
That's true. Although I don't think it's as cut and dry as that.
That's what I was going to say. Because
I don't think it's cut and dry.
Because imagine it's like this. If you
come on, guys, we've got friends. We've got friends who've been bad.
To be mad.
But they've got very good parents and a very good structure around them.
It don't work out like that.
Of course, there's always going to be things that are different in life.
That's like the perfect scenario. Like,
no one's saying this is rigid, but you can't be at your son's graduation when he's 18. I might son that. I might see you see I'm a raise him. Boop, boop, boop. And then 2 years later when he's in jail for murder, go, and I have nothing to do with that, you know. Come like.
No, you kind of can know, because if you've not raised your child in that way, but your child decides to go down a route where he or she has decided to do that, then what?
No, I'm saying from the parent point of view, when you was like, look at him, my seed, and me teach him, and you're bigging him up at his graduation, but then like when he does something trippy, like, I mean, it's like
no.
You wanted the credit for when he was doing well, but now it's nothing to do with you when he does something bad.
Yeah, but if he does something mad that's out of character, because imagine you just said he's graduated, and then all of a sudden he does a madness. Yeah, we won't say what he's done again, but he's done a madness. You might not actually have nothing to do with that because he's just, for whatever reason, he's just gone and done that. But now that's your fault because what? Why is that the parents'
No,
fault?
I'm not saying it's your
You've done
fault.
all that you can, and he's graduated doing his thing, and then out of nowhere, he got himself involved with a mad thing. It's
Matt, it's not your fault. It's not your fault as the parent. It's not your fault, but you have some involvement.
You have to take responsibility.
You have some responsibility because you raised them.
No, you will feel responsible as a parent. Naturally, you feel responsible. But what's so mad is that the way how life is that, remember, if anyone knew the rules to life, no one would be here. It's that simple. No one would actually be here. No one knows the rules. No one knows how things are. Like, every day is different. Like, it's hard to kind of gauge, like, how something should be. Like, something go on.
I'm going to be real. You see, if I go on and I have a successful life, I will stand here and I'll tell you, without going into my whole life story, I owe a lot to my mum for that. I owe a lot to my mum for that. If I turn out to be successful and provide a platform for other people and all those things, I owe a lot of that to my mum for all the sacrifices she made growing up and all that. If I go out and I rob something tomorrow, that's not on my mum. That's on me. I decided to make that decision. My mum's not set me up in a way of life where it is a necessity for me to go and steal that or make that decision to go and steal that. So that's not my mum. But if I turn out successful, yeah, my mum gets bare ratings. She takes the brunt of that, actually. All right. But if I go and do something mad, then she doesn't, for me, she doesn't take any blame whatsoever.
Let's stop using like extremes because it does make it too difficult for people to, I guess, understand each other's points.
I don't think that was extreme, no, Drift.
No, because I'll say robbing is like a crime, innit? So let's like take crime out of it for a second. Then let's just say you grow up and you become very successful, and it was a lot to do with the teachings that your parents were giving you. And then you take someone who grows up and they're like on the dole for their whole life and they don't really ever do anything with their life. Both scenarios, people would look at the parents and be like, how was their upbringing? Like, why did he think sitting around doing fuck all day was all right? Like, the parents, like, I was a bit wicked. Same way, if they see someone successful, like, he must have had really good parents who, like, guided him well. And
no, Drift, because that's the kind of the opposite in life, bro. People who don't, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually stats out there that show that people who grow up without, I hate to be morbid, but people who grow up without one parent due to losing their life end up being more successful than some children who grow up with both parents about. Like, I think that's actually a statistic out there. No, I think it actually is a statistic, Drift.
Single parent homes are less successful than two-parent homes statistically as well. So I don't know how true that can
I don't know if that's actually statistically true, Drift.
No, that's a statistical fact, bro, that two-parent homes percentage-wise have more successful children, not necessarily billionaires or anything, but just their kids turn out better than the kids from the single home.
That's what's the barometer to judge, though?
Well, obviously, you look at things like the jail system, people who end up in jail, people who do like mad stuff, etc., etc.
Not to be pedantic, though, the jail system is corrupt as anything, though.
I know. So obviously, there's loads of wormholes, but like, I don't know if it's true that. I don't know. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't know
whether that's a.
So if somebody was unsuccessful and didn't really do anything with their life and just sat around doing nothing, you wouldn't think there's got to be some part of the upbringing why they was like that. You would just think that's
maybe, but I'd also think they're of an age now where they should know better.
But look, again, let's not go into it too much. But a lot of this kind of seems like it doesn't really matter what you do as a parent then.
No, of course it does, Drift, because you want to lay a foundation. But
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly. But that's why you're part of. So your foundation is part of who they become.
No, but you
know me and Matt. You know me and Matt as parents. You'd vouch for us as dads, right? But bro, and I pray to God every day that our kids turn out fine. But bro, there's no guarantee that because of how me and Matt are, that our kids are gonna be all right. Bro.
Exactly.
Like, I've got.
I can only try my best.
But I've got friends who come from a way more structured background than I do, who have done a madness in life in comparison to what I've done because of the choices they decided to make.
Facts.
Like, again, without going into detail, my mum worked a lot. I could have been out there on the roads and all that, but I chose not to be.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
So
but surely you chose not to be based on on the morals she was instilling in you.
But the same morals I've been instilled with, my friends have as well. But they decided to do it.
Yeah, because at some point it comes down to the individual rather than, you know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying. So when you say there's no point of parenting or it doesn't matter what the parents, it does, but ultimately the decision still lies with the kid.
Yeah.
No, it does. But
or the young adult, shall I say? The young adult.
Still a form of, there is still, in my opinion, there's still a form of responsibility on the upbringing for how the kid turns out, because all of the small steps you do in your teachings, especially when they're young, build them into the person, the morals, the right, the wrongs, all of that, the motivation, all of that kind of stuff.
You're right, Drift, but it's like going for a long drive, bro. Before you go for a long drive, you check to make sure you got water in the windscreen wipers. You make sure your tires are all good. You make sure your windscreen wipers are all good, right? In the hope that you checking those things and you checking everything, giving yourself the best chance of making that successful journey. But bro, you can drive over a nail or some broken glass and your tire can go, right? Some things are out of your control. So you wouldn't just neglectfully get in your car on a long journey, be like, I'm just going to get in. I'm not going to check the petrol or nothing like that. You do your checks and you try and make sure everything's right and set up for the journey. But that doesn't mean you're still going to get there. So if you are neglectful, then the likelihood of you making the journey and getting to the destinations becomes less.
Yeah. And again, I understand what people are saying as well, when people say that you don't know who they're hanging out with, etc., that could influence them badly and stuff. I get all of that. But then I still think there is a slight responsibility. Again, as I said, is there something you could have done a little bit different? When they said, I'm going to such and such this house, you could have been like, who are their parents? Cool. Let me know the parents first, see what kind of environment it is before I start letting you hang out with this friend. Like, there are still things that as a parent you should be doing to kind of limit the amount of wrongs that can be placed in your kid, that get rid of the rights you've tried to instill. And like Matt said, no one knows the keys to life, but I still think there are things that you can do that still are a little bit of a blame on you with it. Do you know what I mean? Why didn't you check that kid out before you let your kid hang out with him? Why didn't you know that there was these things that he was like that can now influence your kid, and just little things? But I get, life is complicated, isn't it? So I guess we just...
Shall I tell you what it feels for me? It feels like we're in a culture where people hate to take accountability or just say A, B, C, or 1 + 1 = 2. Bro, sometimes kids are just going to be bad no matter what you do. And sometimes, regardless of the situation, kids are going to be good as well. I hate the notion that as soon as you see something bad happen, the first thing people do is, what about the parents? What are the parents doing? For all you know, the parents could have raised that child perfectly. That child just decided.
The kids just
I know, but I think statistically, if we looked at it, most of the things kids do wrong, if you see the parenting, you can get an answer for why it happened. Of course, there's times when you can't, and there's exceptions to all rules. Things aren't always straight down the middle, but I would say the majority, which would be more than half of the times that you see something that's going wrong, if you look at the parenting, you go, there's a bit of an explanation there.
That's just my experience. I get
what you're saying, but I don't think it's always
50-50.
It's always as clear as that. That was my whole argument, though. It's not as clear as that.
I think it's more so than not, but again, it's just opinions.
Hersman says, "Hey, look, guys, I apologize to keep showing my age, but this is the LFC way. I remember we used to rule the 80s, and guess what happened when 90s roll around and other teams started to spend money." I hear you, Herbs, man.
Trust me, big up Herbs.
We've absolutely messed up our 90s bad, man. Our 90s was terrible. Aslam says, big up, guys. Dean Ashworth still has a Newcastle United employee on the 30th of January during the window, and has made was still a Newcastle employee on the 30th of January. 30th of June, if I can get my words out, has made about 7 to 8 total bids at United. Use it on a joke thing. Yeah.
There you go. Because he's trying to impress.
Just Labs first, no Zubi, now Diaz to City. Diaz to City is not happening. Just Labs, it's fake.
Yeah, that was a fake.
That's completely fabricated. I'm applying for extenuating circumstance for my dissertation because this is affecting my memory. All jokes aside, just love all the best with your dissertation, man. Hope everything goes well and you smash it.
And I'll be honest with you, bro. If you word it right and get the right legal help, you might be able to pull that off, big man. I swear, you might actually be able to pull that off.
I wouldn't try.
No, I would, because the worst that can happen is if they know, bro.
Beanhead says, any fears about Sobo Nunes not hitting the heights? Yes, for both.
Yeah. There's a bit of fears there. That's natural, though.
Fears for both, yeah. I'm gonna be honest.
By the way, guys, if I cut out, it's just my battery died, yeah.
Yeah, we're almost there now.
Yeah, cool.
Sly Ross, big up Sly Ross, ain't seen you in a while. Remember Billy the Kid PR in 2020, now at Dundee, yeah. I remember it clear.
Yeah, man.
Clear. Imran, big up Imran and big up Misha Tate. Is it the judge's fault if a man drops the soap in prison and gets peppered? Poor guy just wanted 1 meal a day and he gets there.
That is mad.
No, Imran, you're unruly, bro.
By the way, guys, big up Imran, our brother there. The other day, he let me know that he's Immy on Tifa. I was like, okay, makes a bit of sense.
Oh, it does make sense.
That's Immy.
I was okay. You know,
some of the comments.
Yeah. It's
The way man was saying things, I was like, that sounds like.
I thought I knew that, brother. I thought I knew him.
We should have known, to be fair. We should have known.
Big up him, man.
Amy, you know.
The Herdman says, I'm not snitching, but I didn't like that Nunes talk at the end of Moncho last night.
Man, it's not snitching. You're just letting man know. It's different, isn't
it? Rift?
Wow.
I'm just saying it weren't me, bro.
Regarding...
I'm happy to hear that.
In fact, I'll show you what one of my backgrounds was during that show yesterday, just to confirm it wasn't me.
Oh, look at Carl's trying to really wash his hands.
This was my background, Drift.
I didn't say no. Carl, you're moving like guilty party right now.
That was my background for the last portion of the show, bro. Yeah.
You shouldn't even need to explain, though. Why would you need to explain?
I'm not explaining anything. I'm just saying I didn't.
I'm just saying. See, I haven't said nothing. I don't need to say anything. I don't even see you say a word.
You said all you said last night.
Oh, what was you on the show as well, man?
Oh yeah. But I didn't even speak about Nunes. I spoke about Gravenberch and Jones.
What?
You know them ones there. Certain man were trying to lie and act like they didn't remember what they said regarding Curtis Jones.
I brought the whole captain's thing with Curtis Jones.
Yeah, had to.
I'm not gonna lie, a couple people, I big up Sean as well, saying, Kyle, you weren't saying anything, but you also weren't flinching either.
Raw, so silence is guilt now as well. Raw.
I'm just saying, Kyle.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Just saying.
Wow, it's a cold world out here, man. Slyros one says FSG in the market is like a hornswoggle in the rough. Said hornswoggle, you know. Cam Scout says
big up Jamie for letting me know Matt all acting like he's innocent.
I didn't speak about Nunes though. I spoke about Jones and Gravenberch. That's what he's talking about.
That's cool.
If I spoke about Nunes, I'd say it. Unlike Cal, I'd say it though.
You didn't speak about. Look, I want.
What did I say, Cal? Do you want to explain what I said? If I
no snitch, bro.
You sure?
Let's be everything I say about Nunes. I've said on here, innit?
I'm just saying. I spoke
Jim
about
knows my feelings about. Darwin.
I spoke about Gravenberch and Jones. That's why me and you went back and forth about the Jones Gravenberch thing.
I'll check the show out. Don't worry, it's there.
Yeah, no, make sure. And just watch Kyle's response when certain names get mentioned.
I'll be looking for body language. I'll be looking for breathing. I'll be looking for everything.
Matt, you're an absolutely amazing politician, you know. Really.
But no, Matt, I'll be paying attention.
I've got nothing to hide, bro. People know what I spoke about, bro. So do you get what I'm trying to say? It's right there. It's right there, fam. It's right there.
Cam Scout says we had a better season because we finished third, but they had a better journey. How they won the FA Cup is tomato. So I said I don't think there's really much between it. I think we had a high expectation to finish higher up the league than they did. I think we were expected to win the trophy, and I don't necessarily think they were.
Guys, do you know what? So that it doesn't just cut off randomly. Let me actually just say big up to you, man, and I'm gonna go because it's literally gonna cut out. But I don't just want it to be
Cool.
rag up. So love as always, man. Them
Big up, bro.
big up everyone in the chat, and we will be back tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned. The drama never stops. And we'll keep the content coming. So we will be back tomorrow. Big up members, you're gonna get some stuff as well. Yeah, love to everyone. Actually, and I'm gonna be promoting it all week. The season opener, Tifo, Man United, Fulham, Drifted TV. Be there, people. I'm gonna do the curtain opener, and then obviously we're back again the following day with Liverpool. Hopefully we're kicking ass. So yeah, big up everyone. Big up you, man. Love as always. And yeah, I'll catch you lot on the flip side.
Big up, bro.
Big up, man.
Big up, boys. Big up, boys. Big up.
Tana says, I also like making friends along the way, but if I'm Rodri and you're Rice and you're starting 6, it's enemy settings, big man, it's war. I'm gonna take your spot. Yeah, I hear it. I hear that. Shout out to Nerd Beats, bro. Hope you're well, Nerd Beats, man.
Big up, Nerd. It's been a minute, bro.
Your peers have more influence on your child than parents. That's why it's important to vet your child's friends. Yeah, facts.
That is a big statement, you know.
Yeah. That's facts. D. Lozada says, figured out how to do a super chat. Big up Kopish. Been a big follower from Sydney. It's my brother's birthday. Can we get a big up with the beat? Of course we can. Big up to your brother, D. Lorena. Thanks very much for your first super chat as well. It's for your brother, bro. Planner Boy TX, big up Planner Boy, says, I'm starting to think, do we not go for top players, or is it because we know they just won't join us? I mean, maybe we just don't have the pool compared to the other top 3, location, wages, etc. I think it's more a case of wages, bro.
We don't pay top wages.
Wages and ambition.
Especially under this regime.
Just Lab says, Disso on RFSV. Trying to see if can use for our player. I have no idea what RFSV is.
No, do I.
RFSV.
RFSV.
Yeah, bro. I'll be honest. I've never heard of that before in my life.
Never mind. Anyone in the chat know what that is?
Yeah. Best of luck with that dissertation.
It's a model used in finance to forecast volatility in the market, seeing if I can implement into the football market, if whatever.
I'll do your thing, bro.
Bro, if that's your bro.
Yeah.
That's your MO. Do your thing, fam.
Yeah. I'll be stuck.
Trust me.
Shout out to Terrell McCarthy. Guys, my 17th birthday. Can you drop the beat? We can indeed, bro.
We can,
happy 17th birthday, Terrell.
Yeah,
hope
big
you
up.
enjoy
Happy
your
birthday,
day,
man.
bro. Happy birthday.
Big up.
Big up, big up, big up. That's
Big
all
up,
the
man.
supers. Matt, before we say bye to the people, have you got anything you want to speak about, bro?
Yes, people, as few of you know already, my channel has now launched. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. Please go and subscribe and help support my channel. There is a video that just came out today. It's not going to be a Liverpool-centric channel, even though it's a bit Liverpool content now. I did speak about Zubimendi. Just my thoughts on it personally. It's going to be there's going to be football people, there's going to be gaming, all them things there. So make sure you go subscribe and like the videos. It really will help the channel grow. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, big up to everyone that's subscribed already. Overwhelming already that I've got over 300 subscribers, and I literally only put out a video this afternoon. I think it was, yeah, this afternoon. And I think I mentioned it yesterday that I was going to be releasing my channel. So, or channel launching, shall I say. So yeah, man, there'll be another video in the next coming days. And yeah, man, just stay tuned for all the content that'll be on there. Do you know what I mean? A few surprises that I hopefully have lined up, people. So make sure you go and subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate it. And the same thing goes for Kyle's channel and Drew's channel. Go and support their channels as well, people. And subscribe if you haven't already. Please do that, people.
I'll be live. I was meant to go live tonight, but I won't now because it's late. Gonna go live with Jamie and Luke tomorrow on my channel. Also, Luke Tanner's channel as well. Shout out to Jamie as well. Go and subscribe to Jamie's channel. And then got UFC watch along on Sunday morning.
Who's fighting? What's the main card for this one?
Adesanya Duplessis. Adesanya this weekend.
Oh, is it this weekend?
Yeah, this weekend.
Oh my days, bro.
Yes, this weekend.
You know what? Yeah, you might even see me because actually, do you know, people? All right, it's still to be confirmed. I also may be on TIFO live streaming on Sunday. It potentially will be. In fact, I can't say which game yet, but I potentially might be live streaming on TIFO. If I am, I will let you guys know. Obviously, I'll let you know on the socials and everything. And even tomorrow when we go live, I'll give you guys my info if that has been confirmed or whether that's going to go ahead. But I'll let you guys know on that front as well. So, yeah, man. Big things are going in from everyone this year.
God willing, man. God willing. Yeah, busy week. Gonna have preview coming out on my channel, one on Luke's channel.
Yeah.
Panel show tomorrow on Sanderson show, and then the big one at the weekend. So yeah, and we got the game on Saturday as well.
Saturday 12:30, first game. What a surprise!
Yeah, my channel's called Sanderson Show, guys. My channel's called Sanderson Show, and Drifty's channel is called Drifty TV.
Indeed, and mine is called The Matt One Show.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, all the links to our channels are in the description of our YouTube video. If they're not, then it will be updated shortly.
Yeah.
So get on it, please, people. Your support would be greatly appreciated.
Trust me.
We will probably be back tomorrow at some point, so please make sure you switch on that notification bell if you haven't. We've had over 1,000 of you in here for most of the shows also. Please, let's get to 1,000 likes. And also, please make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. It's going to be a techie few days before the game, and then after the game, God forbid we lose the game, it's going to be a madness, but I think we'll win. But we'll speak about more of that on Thursday with the preview.
Indeed.
So yeah, people, nothing else to say apart from thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for listening. Until we see you tomorrow or later on today, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kop-Ish around, people. Take care.
Love, people.